Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. Good, that was good. That was good. Before we get into tonight's session, we have some announcements to get through real fast, so bearing with us. First and foremost, we have our two fantastic sponsors for tonight returning. First, our fantastic friends who've been here since the beginning of the campaign, D&D Beyond. Sam.
D&D Beyond will have their own special streaming pod at D&D Live. That's this weekend.
Yeah.
Tune in to twitch.tv/D&D Beyond on Saturday.
Why is this a thing now?
I hate it.
Twitch.tv/D&D Beyond on Saturday and Sunday, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific. That's an unusual time to watch Dungeons & Dragons, but I'm into it. To check out all of the awesome announcements, games, and special segments. Now, tonight, I realized this week that we all got our start doing anime dubbing.
Yeah.
It's a weird skill that we all sort of have. If you guys don't know, there's Japanese shows, and we dub them into English sometimes, and you hear like a beep, 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 and then you have to match the lip flap and stuff. So we have this skill, and we never get to use it anymore, especially on this show. So I thought we would do like a demonstration for our audience of our anime dubbing skills. It'll be a little different because you guys are going to be lip syncing to me. But it'll also serve to be our D&D Beyond ad for the day. So I'll just demonstrate real quick. This is just a demonstration. Hit that first file.
Hi there, I'm Sam Riegel. D&D Beyond is the official toolset of Critical Role. You can check rules, save your characters, and manage campaigns all from their handy digital interface. It's D&D-rific.
Okay, that's it. So
Okay.
I thought
This is kind of opposite of what we normally
it's
do.
the opposite of dubbing.
Yeah.
So
the original Japanese before.
So now what I'd like to do is kick it over to my friends over here, Travis, Marisha, and Liam.
We're not your friends.
And I thought they could each dub a line to show us how it's done, sort of, and then we could pick a winner, and the winner gets a $2 bill.
Oh, there's.
Where is the $2 bill?
Tyson's wallet.
Did you pull it from my wallet?
I have a $2 bill with me
Allison
here.
has deep beliefs in $2 bills.
I do. They're wonderful.
Okay, so first up is Travis Willingham. Travis, you hit that second file.
The year is 2424, and no one in Neo-Japan is safe. For I, Turovis Wiringhamu, leader of the Paper and Pen Yakuza, will unleash a deadly wave of adorable battle monsters on Critical Role Cram School number 7, and I will rule the planet.
Excellent work, Travis Willingham. This $2 bill could be yours.
That was so unsettling in such a weird way.
Okay,
So ready.
kick up the volume for us a little if you could.
You got a big paragraph there.
I know, Marisha has a lot. Sorry, Marisha. It's up to you. Can you steal this $2 bill? Here we go. Hit that third cue.
Do it, Marisha.
Nani? No way! We'll never let Paper and Pen win. There's a better, more organized way to play D&D. I'm just a transfer student who doesn't understand the power I have inside me. But today is our cram school's cultural festival, and our hot springs-themed maid cafe needs to be perfect. Therefore, my burning grip commands me to defeat you. Take my passion, my rage, and all my pain. Shining thumb sword exorcist attack. Believe it. I am Gundam. D&D Beyond level 9000.
Oh, God.
Strong finish.
Right there.
Liam's going to have to work really
Liam O'Brien.
Do you lead us into?
With that third clip, this is all you.
Waiting for the twist of the knife.
Marisha-kun, no!
Oh, no,
You
please.
can't defeat him on your own!
You need the strength of the Super Ultra Robo Blue Gundam Soul Eater Bot Musashi Bebop Titan Defender A-Class Warrior Mech. Also known as Mecha D&D Beyond. Mecha D&D Beyond, I summon thee by the power of http://dndbeyond.com.
Oh, that is some classic anime. Classic. Okay,
It was literally reverse dubbing. You completely undercut your whole point.
The judges have spoken. Magical girl Marisha has won the
Not even from Texas.
That's how you dub.
Anyway, thanks D&D Beyond, and have a pleasant weekend at the D&D Live event.
There you
Spend it
go.
all in
Thank
one
you,
place.
Sam, and thank you, D&D Beyond. On a much more calm note, our second sponsor tonight, returning our friends at Eldritch Foundry. Those who don't know, they just recently kicked off this amazing Kickstarter. They are massive critters and have been for a long time. They are setting up their own customizable 3D printed miniature program for you to go ahead and check out. Their campaign right now has already unlocked distinct races like tieflings, dragonborn, goliaths, and gnomes. They have more goals to hit, which unlock animal creatures like kenku, turtles, and werewolves. The next stretch goal, I think, is steampunk items, as well as the Warforged they're hoping for, which is pretty awesome. You can go check out their fantastic Kickstarter at critroll.com/Eldritch Foundry for more information to see if it's your bag. And right now, there's a special promotion for tonight. They're giving away 2 of their Dark Temple Kickstarter tiers. They have $500 value on their official social outlets, one on Twitter and one on Facebook. So head over there now for a chance to win your own character commission. Ooh. And an item designed by critter artist Ilya Salnikov, who is amazing. Their work is incredible.
Yeah, that's good.
So thank you so much, and super excited for you guys' stuff.
Yay!
All right. Speaking of the D&D stream, a few of us are going to be doing that this weekend. Taliesin, you're tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I gotta finish some stuff. Yeah.
Are you running a game?
No, I just haven't finished getting everything together. For
That's
what
okay.
I'm doing.
I know.
Well, I know, never. So
You're playing with some cool people and some friends.
I know
so it's
I'm
awesome.
excited and nervous.
And then on Saturday, Marisha's running a game, which is going to be amazing. Yeah, she's dungeon mastering. It's going to be badass.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I also
Horns up.
have to finish some things. It's
You got this.
Yeah.
it's Friday tomorrow.
Yeah. And then I'm playing tomorrow as well, later in the afternoon. I get to step into the shoes of a lore character I'm excited about. I think there'll be more information about it tomorrow, but I'm pretty excited. So check it out on D&D's Twitch channel throughout the weekend. And in case you guys missed it, we announced that we finally, after we're a small company with a certain number of people, and there's only so much we could do at any given point in time. We've been working really hard, and we finally got the cosplay galleries up and running. We've been working on that for a while.
We've been talking about it
For ages.
Oh man.
a lot of infrastructure. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, there's everything takes a lot. Everything takes a lot. But thanks to the hard work of amazing people here on our team, they'll be coming to our website soon. We've all seen some of the incredible cosplay that this community has produced, and we want to be able to show that off and also include possible prizes for Tox Machina for folks here and there, but mainly just celebrate this amazing group of cosplayers out there that are part of this community. So we're launching the Cosplay of the Week contest on Tox next week, and you can go to critroll.com for all the details and visit critroll.com/submit to see how to submit your cosplay. And the other news we put up, which I'm still processing, in celebration of Red Nose Day, which is an amazing charity. It's an annual fundraising event to help end childhood poverty. They do incredible work every year. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. But we've teamed up with Stephen Colbert to create a very special mini one-shot. I'm going to be running one-on-one for him next week. Going to New York to run a one-on-one mini campaign for Stephen Colbert. I don't think it's hit me yet. but it will air on our YouTube channel on May 23rd.
How do the fans participate?
As part of this campaign, you get to shape aspects of the storyline. So if you go to critroll.com/rednoseday, you can vote now with your donations towards many of the different facets of the story that you want to see make it there. We have choices for which companion goes along with Steve and his adventures. We get to choose which kind of magical artifact that Steven is looking for. We get to choose what class he plays. And then we also get to choose who the ultimate villain is of the campaign. Taliesin has some preferences. And at first there were some front runners that I was like, oh, well, this is already decided. But there's been some neck and neck fights in the past couple of days with donations.
Too, like really hardcore.
Yeah. So check it out if you want to participate and help donate to support this amazing cause. Go ahead and check it out. It's critroll.com/rednoseday, and look forward to showing you guys this ridiculous bucket list item that's happening. That I don't know what's happening anymore. I never know what's happening anymore. But on that note, let's go ahead and bring us in to tonight's episode of Critical Role.
Beside you, your nerdy best friends, and the DM to guide you, and they rise from the flames for the battles ahead. Villains beware, 'cause you're about to be dead. They got magic and flair, they got falchions and cunning, they don't see over there, there's a monster incoming. Inspiration is waiting, rise up, don't think twice. Put your fate in your hands, take a chance, roll the dice. Can you answer the call, digging deep in your soul, as the legend unfolds, now it's your turn.
Hello and welcome back. So last we left off, the Mighty Nein, you had, after achieving a couple of fairly decent goals for the city of Rosanna and for the Kryn dynasty, both returning one of their Luxon beacons to the Bright Queen, and then after that, completing a mission out towards a giant-infested mine and steelworks, and managed to get the giants back to their home, free it of the incursion from some sort of seemingly placed abyssal assault, and returned to gain your prize. And for this goodwill, you've been gifted with a house within the firmaments. Upon returning that evening, you then decorated, bought furniture, made a tree in the tower.
Made a tree.
Met some of the neighbors, went ahead and did some shopping, wandered the city a bit, gathered some information, all leading to this supposed meeting point at the Overcrow Apothecary, where this individual you had scryed, who seemed to be involved with these abyssal anchors that you found now in 2 locations in Xhorhas, was going to meet. You were preparing for this, went ahead and scryed again, and seemed to pick up more information. This figure, this individual, was peripheral to other individuals out of sight who were discussing some sort of war plans. And with this information, you had decided to go ahead and make your way towards the Lucid Bastion in the center of the city and inform the Bright Queen, perhaps, of what you heard. And that is where we left off. So, Mighty Nein. On the evening before the day of the supposed meeting, you've gathered your things, you've left your new home, and you begin walking through the firmaments towards the Lucid Bastion. As you approach, Well, first off, I'm just going to give whoever had the sued. I have your sheet here for this.
Oh, shit.
I do have that from last week.
Well, that's back in play.
Yep. That's what happens when you steal from smugglers. So, first off, is there anything you want to prepare to discuss before you get to the Bastion?
I would just like to say, the last time we saw the Bright Queenie, when things went wrong, we pulled out a thing. We smartly. Is there anything else that we have on our person that we should not have before we walk into this into this room? Do we have that little vial of you know what?
We do.
Should we not have that?
I think that's okay. It's not like they worship the little vial thing.
What about the tripod? Are we not supposed to have that?
I don't think that even necessarily, no.
I think the relevance was just to their holy item.
It's a good thought, though.
Okay.
Do we have that rift disc portal thing?
No,
We broke it.
not destroyed it.
but did we hang on to it? I don't know if
We did.
We got
We
fragments.
had all
it
the
mostly
pieces.
shattered, but yeah.
The center part of it had been broken, but like the
ring
general
bit.
structure of the outer ring was still intact.
The frisbee.
That's good to have, though, right?
Yeah.
that's
we should definitely show
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any other evidence that we should know about before we go in? And what are we saying?
I just don't want to die because she thinks that.
Ooh, we have one other piece of evidence. We have the little blue piece of cloth, right?
Yes.
She could use that to verify our scrying, maybe.
Yeah.
That's true, I guess. We don't need it anymore. Right?
No.
I know what he looks like.
Yeah.
I can scry on him pretty easily now, I think.
So all the places that we've seen rifts, right? We've seen them in the giant horde. We've seen it in the well, right?
Yes, in another city, not
Yep.
here.
That was in the Beast City.
Yeah, but still under this territory.
Yeah.
And then was there
In
a
the
third place?
No.
There was two places in the City of Beasts.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, two. So this is the third time we've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And he made it seem like, well, if he's placing them, how many more he could have placed? That's crazy.
And we're all agreed that me and Jester are doing the talking. You
All of
guys are
it?
just going to take a back seat. We've got this.
I think
She really
I'm going
likes
to
us.
option out of that one as well. I think maybe this should be a group effort.
Oh.
Right. Yep. And I think we should also include our knowledge of what was the place we just visited? They had the real nice massage in the front. Got the chestal rubbed it going down.
Oh,
The shop.
the Overcrow.
Overcrow. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Yasha. Yeah.
Yeah. I can always do all the talking as well.
That would be great, actually.
Yeah.
I would like that.
You're pretty
Well, you gotta-
charismatic.
I'm a
Couldn't
big
even keep
talker,
a
I
straight
know.
face for that one.
Got
Yeah.
a Xhorhasian accent, so it would help.
Well, we'll see if that can come in.
No day like the present. I mean, I'm all about it. Producers, how you feeling?
Enough said.
Yeah. This is complicated.
Got some heavy Disney Baloo vibes.
Let's just tell them nothing but the bare necessity.
Oh, yeah.
Yay. The simple bare necessity.
I was trying to figure out a City of Beasts well alone tumbleweed song joke, but never mind.
Let's talk out what we're going to be discussing with her.
Well, we'll tell her that we went and there was the rift, right? That we got that order from Professor Wacko.
One of her people.
Yeah. We went and took care of it and found another one of the discs. So we scried on the fabric that was left behind on the disc, and that's how we found the dude.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just the truth.
Exactly.
Like Odysseus always says.
So why didn't we-
about the
why-
attack and the incursion.
Why didn't we tell them sooner?
We did.
to verify. We needed to
I mean,
verify.
we just got back
Couple weeks
today.
ago.
A week
yes,
ago.
a week ago. We just got back a week.
We had to set up the house.
And we're going to her as soon as I
Tried
scribe.
to
It's not
prepare
like
as much information as
Well, I mean, to be fair, I guess there wasn't really
anything
an
to go on.
intense thing until just now.
Yeah. The first time it was just a dude writing in the book, you know? Now we know he's with the other guys and they're planning an attack.
I personally would like to see how she reacts to this information before we start offering our notions on what the best course of action is. I would like to maybe get a sense of her immediate concerns and character.
What if she rallies all the troops and drags out the war machines and
Well, then we can
goes
say
full-
on the other hand,
To, capture the guy first. We need to make sure we have somebody really powerful with us because I have a feeling this guy's pretty strong. If he's coming over here alone multiple times and setting these traps, he's probably got some tricks up his sleeve.
But the attack on the garrison could be any day now, any hour now, realistically.
we should do what we can to save as many lives as possible.
I think if we get him first, though, then he will know more details.
That's
Yeah?
true.
Sure,
And he's supposed to be at the Overcrow.
Oh my gosh,
but let's
I
have...
just thought of something. What if I try to, locate that book that he was writing in? We could locate object that if he's in the city. And
Can
we
you
have
do
that
that?
book. He would have all of the plans. He was writing it all down in there.
If he was in the city, we thought he might not be he was back in the Empire. I thought.
Well, but if he's meeting at the Overcrow tomorrow,
True,
then
yeah.
he might be around
Yeah.
Is it tomorrow or tonight?
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow is when the Overcrow.
Gotcha. Well, it would be best to have some sort of official permission to be skulking around if we're gonna go back to skulking. I'd just prefer for them to know that we have a plan.
So if we attempt to talk her out of backing out of the garrison as you suggested, it could tip off our friends back home that something is wrong and spook our blonde friend. Yeah?
Right.
Well, I'm sure they know that there are spies. It doesn't have to be us, though. They don't know that much.
Is that does that mean that the goblin that's running the Overcrow is actually working for the Empire?
I think it does.
You can never trust a goblin.
That's something I've always said, right?
It's something that we've all always said.
No, we
don't think
haven't
I've ever
said
said
that. No.
There's clearly moles on both sides.
Yeah.
Any type of war effort has to know that.
Well, maybe they'll see the sense in just taking one's time, being careful, maybe not showing your hand too soon.
Counsel caution.
Yeah.
Remove those moles
That's
one
right.
at a
You
time.
should always check them out because
Yep.
they could lead to worse
Other things
Yeah.
in a row.
Yeah, they could be real bad.
Let's go.
Let's do this!
So, as you approach the exterior of the Lucid Bastion at this point in the evening, a cluster of 6 Aurora Watch guards approach. The leader of them, hand up. Halt! What is your business at the Bastion?
We have really important info. Should I be the one talking right now? We have some really important information that the Bright Queen will want to hear
Show me
about.
They really can't wait.
This is the emblem.
For
Seriously.
the Bright Queen right now.
It is so important.
Multi-pass.
All these badges be like, fine, put it down. Luxem be praised. All right. I will see if she is available. Please come within the antechamber. And all the guards kind of flank around. They don't, not aggressively, but they escort you in, an armed escort, back through the echoing halls of the Lucid Bastion.
I ring the bell as soon as we walk in.
You see this guy from Rush Hour. Goes back to business. Eventually making your way to the same familiar antechamber where you guys had rested when you first arrived here, though thankfully without having to deal with 3 more bounders at your back. But the same small fountain there, the cups remain, the small seating arrangement, and as you enter the chamber and the doors close behind, the guards leave it to you. But one guard leaves through the other side of the chamber, and you get a quick glimpse inside the central cathedral of the Bright Queen. and with the same kind of glow diffused light throughout the chamber, the same, source orb hanging from the center above, with the white chains kind of riding off of it across. You can see that she's there on the Bright Queen's throne, but the room, you get just a quick glance, they're in mid-discussion, so there is definitely a busy evening. But you wait. And you wait.
Is the Bright Queen in the same clothes, or was she in different clothes?
Hard to tell at this distance. You saw the headpiece.
Oh, they're snacks. I mean, we didn't have breakfast. And we had breakfast, we didn't have lunch.
Can we tell how many are up on the platform with her?
Well, it's closed already. You just got a quick glance. Roll a perception check.
Jesus. Whoa! What the hell is that thing?
It's a gift. 15.
15. You saw the Bright Queen's right hand that you previously saw at her side was there to the left, and you think you saw the Sky Sybil, Ariana, Miriam there as well, but that's all you got to see in that quick glance through the air before it closed. So you're there for about 30 or so minutes before eventually the doors open once more. The guard says, "You are accepted into an audience with the Bright Queen. This way." The chamber opens, and as you guys kind of walk into the interior, you can see already there's it is less a smaller number of people in attendance here. Previously, you had all the raised platforms with the chairs of the different den heads that were there, and the 5 chairs that were on the main central raised portion of the platform where the Bright Queen was. Right now, you can see maybe 6 individuals present. 2 on one side, 2 on the other, and then there is the Bright Queen and the right hand there. In a quick glance, you recognize some of them. These people were present when you first came through. It's just a diminished amount. It seems like this isn't a formal gathering of all hands on deck, more just general matters. You see Essek is present on the left side. Miriam is on the right, up in her chair, the ancient goblin lore master of the Lexan. And the Bright Queen sits on her throne. You can see now where she stands, the beacon statue that sits on the pedestal in front of her throne has a small light placed in it, probably signifying the return of the beacon itself, having a kind of a warm glow that lights her from underneath, where she sits, her arms out on the sides.
Is she in the same clothes, or does she have different armor on?
The outfit is slightly different. I suppose she still has the same mantle and kind of light armor that's placed across the front, but now she wears this long gown that has kind of diamond-esque rhinestones. As you get closer, there's a slight blue shimmy to them.
Ooh, a blue shimmy.
There you go.
I really like that.
But the guard kind of walks you up to that same center place where you have both sides of the chair rows looking down onto you. The Bright Queen still sits, doesn't stand at your presence, as you all approach quietly and come to stop. I have been told that you have important business and had to see me. Well, you've proven helpful before, so you have my attention. What is this business that was so important?
Your Highness, is this as private an audience as we can get?
There is no more private place in this city.
Good.
Yasha, take it away.
Yeah. So, we went to go see Professor Wako, and she sent us to a place. We found a rift, we found a disc, and we found a piece of fabric.
Yes. So the rift, was okay. Basically, we have word that there's going to be a big attack, and we know where it's going to be. We found out because we found this rift that was broken, and then we broke it, we ended the rift, and then we scried on this little piece of fabric that was stuck to it, right? And then we found out there was this dude, and he's been doing it in a bunch of other places, and then I scried him.
Back up a little bit. So we met at like a circus.
Little gruff goblin.
It was a crazy night. But after a while, yada yada.
I think we should actually go forward.
The Bright Queen puts her hand up, and you could hear Miriam kind of chuckle. time is precious in this conflict. I would ask succinctly what you have found and why it is important to us.
Hold on, you should just say what we wrote down.
There is.
We have very strong reason to believe that there is going to be an incursion on Ashgard Garrison.
That one.
I was getting there, I just...
From whom?
Well, with the aforementioned piece of fabric that we found attached to this rift-breaking device, Jester with her... Jester Scribe. And he appeared to be some sort of agent working for King Dwindle.
He had a Zemnian accent, right?
Clearly from the Empire. We happened to peek in on what seemed to be a very fervent and intense meeting on attacks.
He was like meeting with like the king or something. Everyone was saying your highness.
Yeah, my liege.
My liege, my liege.
From what we heard, they are very upset at losing Ashgard Garrison, as you could imagine. I imagine they'd be pulling out all the stops. They are also releasing troops and guards into the Ashgard Keep Mountains. The Ashkeep Mountains. That's what they're called.
Ashkeeper.
The Ashkeeper Mountains. I said it correctly in game.
There you go.
Also. Should we tell her about that?
Overcrow.
So he's coming. I heard him say he was going to be here tomorrow night. He's going to be at the Overcrow.
The Overcrow Apothecary, which we pre-scouted just to make sure it wasn't a den of whatever. And it is. It's a home of smuggling and an invisible bugbear and all sorts of nastiness.
We didn't want to waste your time. We thought it was important to vet the
This was all just
validity
conjecture
of this
until
threat.
a few hours ago.
Do you recall any discussion of the scope of this attack on the Ashgard?
Yes. Scope was. Hang on, let me just pull out. I would like to take
He told her
notes.
all about it and she wrote it down.
Yes, no, they said that they were going to be using scourgers.
They are going to be mobilizing 3 legions. I don't know how many that
You see
employs.
a few faces kind of look around, kind of a little bit surprised.
As well as bringing in the Righteous Brand as scouts into the Ashkeeper Peaks. And they are looking at bringing in the Scourgers.
But it
Those
says...
fucking dope note skills, player.
On top of that, we
He
have
said they
reason...
were using them as a distraction.
Yes.
The scourgers were being
Yeah.
If I had to guess, Your Highness, the man that we were able to spy on is a Scourger. If he is able to come this far across the border, I have reason to believe it's by magical means.
Possibly responsible for these devices
Yeah.
that have been...
Yes, it's been a series of them that have been planted throughout your kingdom.
We've destroyed 3 of them.
This device you speak of is similar to the one that you found in Asaris?
Exactly right.
Oh, with that also, we've heard that with such a massive movement of the soldiers, that the Empire has reached out to the Gold Chain mercenaries from Nicodranus to help guard the mainlands.
Really expensive and really powerful. Ford knows. He told me.
Yep.
The Bright Queen looks to
Thanks, Ford.
her right hand, where she sits next to the Bright Queen, and goes, "Perhaps we should put some guard into the south, along the Lucidian Ocean. And you can..."
This is what he looks like. I pulled out my sketch drawing of him. If you've seen him and you go like, oh my gosh, he was like talking to me and I didn't know.
She looks over towards Essek.
That's good.
They've been assigned as your wards, and you trust in this, yes? You believe them? Essek's sitting there in the chair. You can see the hands just barely crossed, kind of poking through the cloak. He goes, "I trust them."
He's been checking on that ship.
Probably.
She gives a nod. "Well, we shall plan accordingly. They will rue the day they tried to assail us on their terms.
be so humble to ask what that plan might include?
That is not of your concern, but we appreciate your diligence in offering us this information.
If I may offer one more word, my lady. Being of the Empire, what we can for sure tell you is that they do not take kindly to being bested or embarrassed, and they will retaliate with the full force of everything they've been working towards.
If I am correct in my beliefs, this is retaliation for our retaliation.
Yes, it's a lot of retaliation.
This will continue until one side cannot retaliate. And we hope with a swift enough and well-planned plot laid out with this information, perhaps we can keep them from being able to retaliate for some time.
I am no war strategist or battle advisor. But if you want to live for this vendetta and retaliate another day, I would highly consider evacuating your troops from Ashgard Garrison and defending amongst the border.
Trust that we do have military advisors. We have individuals who have dedicated their entire existence and multiple lives to being tacticians on the battlefield.
Of course.
We have this handled. But thank you. You mentioned scourgers. What can you tell me about these scourgers?
Caleb?
I don't.
Caleb might know. Caleb might know.
What do you know of these scourgers?
I know a fair amount. Years ago, I was training to be one. I made it quite far in the process before I was cast out. But I know things, and I know I'm retreading past ground, but I hope that as you protect your people and your kingdom, you will consider, instead of utter destruction, there are people on the other side of those mountains who are not happy with ones running the show. Use us. Use us for your ends. Use us to find this other missing relic. Use us and our contacts to help supplant the Cerberus.
We can help you break the cycle.
The cycle cannot be broken until there is nothing living. All we can do is our best to keep it slow.
Why can't the cycle be broken?
Because life is pain for many. Jealousy, strife. Some need to conquer. There will always be those that will do whatever it takes to get one over, the man or woman, or otherwise, to their left and right.
Talking about yourself or the Empire right now?
I'm talking about anything that draws breath. And it is our duty to acknowledge that and try to keep those base designs at bay. But one cannot bow down when others do not show that same will of understanding, or else we will lie slaughtered.
My lady, what have you to lose by using us as a tool to carve out the rotten heart?
I have not spoken on whether or not I choose to utilize what you bring yet.
Apologies.
These scourges, once more. What are they? Warriors?
Mages.
Artillery? Assassins? What are they?
They are both hidden spies and destroyers. Executioners.
I think I begin to see the pattern of that design. Well, should this information be true, you have done quite a service in letting me know. Many lives will be saved, and for that we are very grateful. You've proved worthy allies to the dynasty, and this loyalty will be rewarded. Now, you say this individual that you've seen is coming to the city.
There's a rendezvous
Tomorrow night,
at this apothecary.
the Overcrow.
See to this. Find and bring me this individual.
Yeah, we could totally do that. That's no problem.
Do you not believe you are capable?
Your Highness, of course, I believe we are capable. We're super strong.
We have very capable. If there is any doubt, we can have others.
There is no doubt.
Now we got this.
Essek kind of puts his hand up to his arm and goes,
Did you call Essek?
well, I have my own business to attend to, but I will vouch for their capabilities. And my tutelage. And Brecker kind of gives him a look and goes, well, if this is true, you know this man of which you have seen. Bring him to me. Preferably alive. Because if he is as connected as you say, we have ways of pulling that information from him. And that information could bring this war to an end far sooner than any of us had hoped. Can you do this?
Yeah.
Then go. Luxon's light upon you.
You'd light upon you as well.
I really like your dress today. Okay, bye.
I guess we just leave.
Do we go? Are we allowed to go? Should we back away?
We're gonna just back away really
She
awkward.
puts her hand and kind of gives like a, not a shooing motion, but like a, very well, you may leave.
Keep backing away. kind of feel where the wall is.
Just slowly.
Don't make
Maybe so.
There's no wall behind her.
Yeah, I know. We fall down the stairs.
As you guys exit out, the guard escort leads you back towards the front of the Lucid Bastion and eventually left out towards the edge of the firmaments once more.
I think if we get close enough to her, she will let you tattoo her.
You think?
I think so.
Oh man, how cool would that be?
Well, bodies don't really matter to them, right? Don't they recycle them every so often?
I think so.
Yeah, so why not just get it tatted up?
Maybe she's like, oh man, 2 lives ago I had this really cool tattoo. Could you recreate it or something?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
We need to do this perfectly.
Which part? All of it?
Yeah, but tomorrow.
What did we just do?
Yeah, I'm not
We
sure.
just totally committed ourselves to Xhorhas as well.
That didn't go the way I hoped it would have.
No.
What, how did you think it was? Yeah.
I would hope there would be more of an audience for reason. I mean, in a fight, if you can take away the weapons of both sides, you are forced to use alternate means to resolve your differences. The Cerberus Assembly is a weapon. I would prefer to attack that than to wipe a nation of its people.
Correct. You agreed.
Was she saying she's gonna kill everybody in the Empire?
She's saying until no one else draws breath.
Seems very bloodthirsty.
And mentioned them not respecting the life? What did she meant by that?
Oh, that's a very wide
What if
net she's
everybody,
casting.
in the Empire, bends the knee? That's what they say, right?
I've heard that recently.
Yeah. What if they all do that, and then they're part of Xhorhas, and then she doesn't have to kill them, and then it's all one happy country?
It felt like that's what she was alluding to, but not necessarily bending the knee to her, bending the knee to their beliefs. Their Luxon is what it felt like.
Yeah.
You know, if they believe in this cycle, they believe in their intrinsic attachment to the dodecahedrons. I could only imagine they would only benefit from having more people attached to that, right?
We're just guessing at this point. I mean, the information's out there. We can't take it back.
We are also not going to stop these people from trying to kill each other. No. We need to swim upstream together. We need to get through this. We need to earn their trust. I know that we'll feel awful to do what we are doing. One moment, please.
Sorry. Thought you'd finished your point.
I hadn't. I want to do things at home, Beauregard. And that's not going to happen unless we completely earn her trust.
You mean back in the Empire?
Yeah. And for that, we need to do a good job.
Do you think she would give us a wide enough berth to head back to the Empire? I'm starting to think, since we seem to be on the same page, that we might just have to do it ourselves.
Yeah, we could go whenever we want to now that Caleb has that awesome thingy.
I think that perhaps there's a course of action that is in front of us right now, and it seems to be the right one if we are only taking into account what we can see and what's in front of us. And I think we have to keep abiding by that for a while.
I think rather than piss around and have her just sweep us aside, we show our real capability and then work with her, work with them to send us in, work in conjunction with them, and maybe some of our intentions are parallel and some are not. But we know what we are doing. She will use us, we will use them.
We're still standing on the street.
I assume we're walking towards her.
Walking and whispering.
As long as we serve our
I
own
have no
interests.
doubt we can capture this guy and complete that and do a fucking stellar job. Because we're awesome.
We are really
but
powerful.
We're really great.
Doing it will save lives.
He's probably really powerful too.
Yeah, he did open up rifts to a different dimension, and
Well, he did that with like a thing. It's not like
he made the thing though.
How do you know? Maybe somebody gave it to him. Maybe he's just like this dude that walks around and puts it down on the
Only one way
ground.
to find out.
Like a delivery boy?
Yeah.
You're right.
The Empire is also not lily white. I was trained to kill people at a word. I did not ultimately know their guilt.
Bad people in charge. Normal people on the streets.
Maybe we should just be in charge.
Yeah.
I think
That's awesome! Let's help her tear down the Empire and then as a reward.
Stab her in the neck.
No, that's
Take
not,
over the
that's
kingdom.
not what I was gonna say.
Oh, I was.
Leave her in Xhorhas and then she can give us the Empire and we'll be like, we'll totally serve you. And then we'll like be the kings and queens over there that like are her friends.
Okay.
Psycho broken.
Well, in all seriousness.
Seriousness, that could happen.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you want to get in touch with your mentor before tomorrow night or after?
I would suggest before, just in case she is possibly going to
part of it.
meet.
I am terrified I'm to run into this bitch in an elevator, and it's gonna be so fucking awkward.
that's going to be the most John Wick 4 scene ever. I'm down for that. Do we have elevators in this game?
I'll make one just for that.
What if she's working with the blonde guy?
I thought about it.
What if she's gonna be at the Overcrow tomorrow?
What if she kills me? What if she finds out?
She's not gonna kill you. You're so powerful and strong.
Also, if I may, we know the skeletons that are in the closet of the Empire, right? We assume that we're on the side of good in this, and we're trying to stop the, evil from being perpetuated by everything we've heard.
No,
we don't know this side.
No, they could be totally,
Yeah.
none of us is.
Okay, just making sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
In that.
I'm not here to serve a monarchy or anything like that. I'm just here to.
That was very impassioned dialogue. That's going to be hard to walk back.
You guys know, so when I was working at the winery, with my dad, or even on the boat. And when you're building a barrel, you have to put the barrel straps on one side at a time. Because if you do one side in order, the whole thing will get lopsided and it'll all fall apart.
Like pants.
Like
Do
pants.
one leg at a time. One barrel strap at a time.
Talking about a two-sided approach.
Go back to the alcohol.
Never mind.
Oh, you got to put them on together, you mean?
You mean that we
Like
should
they
be
got
also
separate.
I don't know.
Or, okay, different analogy, but
no,
similar
yeah.
thing.
Are you saying that we should also ally ourselves with the Empire at the same time?
And just play everybody?
No.
Let's
I'm
form
saying-
our own country.
Hold on.
I'm saying...
The rest of the campaign just watching everyone kill each other from a distance as you guys go and like just mark off a beach somewhere north.
We're just gonna have
this is Chesterland.
We're just gonna have like an oil drilling station, and we're just gonna like trade Bitcoin by the end of it.
As you were saying.
What was I saying? Okay.
Slide barrels.
Different analogy.
No, stick with the barrels.
I think the barrel worked.
When you put lug nuts on a wheel on a wagon.
No, I don't know.
And you have to put all of them on a little bit before you tighten one down.
Yes.
Before you tighten them all down. Or else the whole thing gets fucking out of whack.
It's more of an 80s car thing, but yeah.
Okay.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what?
When you're building
I am
an
bound by my
IKEA
decades.
bookshelf and you put the things in the holes at the different...
But metaphors aside, are you saying that we should also be aligning ourselves with the Empire? In a loosey-goosey way?
I'm saying if we're going to dismantle this properly.
We're talking quietly, P.S.
I assume you guys are probably back at your house by now.
Yeah.
If we're going to dismantle this properly, it might not be from all one side. It might not work if it's all from one side. It's kind of what Caleb was saying.
As long as we remember.
We just need to coordinate with your people and you.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
No, he might not be wrong. He might not be wrong.
What if in the next 24 hours you don't? Jester, can you put Beauregard in touch with Dairon?
If they
she
don't
needs
do
to be?
the attack, then we've proven ourselves as bad informants and untrustworthy. They need to do the attack.
Shit. That's a fucking solid point.
Doesn't mean they can't know about it.
Bad informants on which side?
The dynasty. Yeah, if you
We need that
your
attack to
friend
happen.
and she tells home base and they don't do the attack, then we've
We're shit
fucked
out of
ourselves.
luck.
Maybe you shouldn't talk to your friend now.
Don't have to tell her everything.
There you go.
And the only way that they know that they can continue to get good information from us is if the attack's successful anyway.
I think though that
Prevent it, then we're no longer of value to anybody.
before too long we are going to want to coordinate with your order. But your reservations are plausible. So maybe we see this through.
I could get in contact with her and I could just mention the rifts.
Yeah. I worry about you stumbling across her before letting them know. You follow?
Yeah.
Okay. But back to your point about the attack having to happen, I agree with that wholeheartedly, Jester. But people, operatives die in the field all the time. Just all of them need to die. At this location, there can't be anybody to report back. They all need to die. Except for our prisoner. Or we take them all prisoners.
You want to kill Morrow?
Or capture.
Capture. They just can't be allowed to communicate.
This is happening tomorrow?
Yes.
Tomorrow. You're not certain what time. Just
Well, should we stop thinking about the broader strategy and start thinking more tactically about how we're going to surround this place and set an ambush?
I think
Capturing him though, if we capture him and we still let Morrow go, and if she is a mole and an informant,
we got to kill her.
And there's also the invisible bugbear.
But she would report back that he had been captured.
Maybe we capture
all of them.
That's what I mean. We have to.
Get all of them.
Yeah.
But he could potentially be the leak of the attack.
Which one?
Who?
the invisible.
The blonde guy.
Blondie bear.
Oh, I understand.
If I'm Morrow.
What's our code word for that son of a bitch, by the way?
Blondie.
Sure.
Greg Blondie.
That's the best we got?
Greg.
Greg. Okay, Greg.
You look like a Greg, sure.
Because if I was Morrow, I would immediately, if I'm a mole, say, Greg's been captured. If an attack doesn't happen, or if something goes amiss, and I'm the Empire, I would assume that it was Greg leaking information through torture.
It doesn't matter because we're going to capture Morrow, we're going to capture the bugbear, we're going to do it all. It won't matter. No leaks.
But what I'm saying is...
You want it to be a lake? I don't understand.
You wanted to get back to the Empire that Greg was captured.
If they know that the dynasty knows,
oh boy,
maybe more people live.
If they know that Greg was captured, then we didn't do our job right, and we still aren't serving the Bright Queen the way that she expects.
Go do it. Can you do it? We said yes. If we let somebody go, we will have failed.
And then they'll also know who it was.
Yeah, look, we're real good at handling a situation. We're entering a bit of analysis paralysis, okay? So why don't we focus on the task tomorrow, check it out tonight, make sure there's
a knock at the door at the front of the estate, the Xhorhas.
I got it.
I hide around a corner.
I'll just crack the door, keep my foot on the other side of it.
Okay.
Hello.
Looking through at this late hour, you see two Aurora Watch soldiers, armored, both holding in their hands heavy, it looks like, handles on each side, an iron box.
Yeah, how can I help you this evening?
Delivery from the Bright Queen.
Oh, please, bring it in.
Ting, 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 ting.
I'm gonna do it every time.
Yep. The chimes. They walk in. They don't pay much attention to the interior, but they both walk into the center of the main kind of foyer area there and kind of drop it on the ground. It's a heavy, plain iron chest.
Single chest?
Single chest, yeah. They would drop it.
Is it a dress for me, like hers?
It is a delivered reward from the Bright Queen. And they both turn around and leave.
Tip. Should we tip?
No.
Oh, okay.
Tip the hat. Tip.
Oh. Let's open it. I'll go check it for traps.
Wait. Yeah, I don't know. I want to think it's something good, but what if it ain't?
Go ahead and roll.
A little late. We're moving our house.
24.
24.
Your armor is tickling me.
My armor?
Your arm here?
Oh.
As you go over this iron chest, checking out the various nooks and crannies of it, you notice that it is not trapped. It is
Open it.
It is not locked. It is a vast amount of gold coins.
Ooh. How much?
You want to take some time to count?
Caleb.
Yeah, you're going to be up all night.
The chest probably weighs a little over 300 pounds.
Holy shit.
It's 15,500 gold pieces.
14,532.
Somebody write that down.
I got it.
15,500.
Whoa.
Finally.
Yasha, you can get your stuff.
Yeah.
That makes
In 21 days.
I can finally finish up that project for you that I've been meaning to finish up.
Are we going to divvy it up? We're divvying it up.
Sure.
2,214 to everyone.
What? That's it?
2,000 what? 214?
2,214.
That's fucking awesome.
You get the sense this was most likely a reward for presenting this information.
That's cool.
Wow.
Okay, that helps.
Mm-hmm. That certainly is an improvement.
Anything about the box that we notice? Any sort of etching on the inside of it?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, I will. Kaplunk. 13.
13. No, it just looks like a box. And you now have an iron chest as one of your various pieces of furniture in the household.
Doesn't have a magical aura.
Can we fashion a lock on that?
Sure.
And there's a space for a lock to be put on it, but it's not locked. Nor does it come
This is going to be our coffee table.
Yeah, we just put a throw over it.
Yeah.
There you go. Very.
I think we decided correctly.
Money grubbing. Okay, so the house, right?
Yeah.
Who was it that saw the bugbear turn invisible?
Caleb's cat.
Right. So we need to establish if there is any way up into the house from underneath, right? Because we know where the entrances, exits to that house are, but we have to lay in wait.
There's also the
All
question.
day long.
That's right.
There's
He
also
could
the
be there
question.
at 1 a.m. I don't know if that's a real time.
It could be
here.
at the stroke of midnight. It could be at 12:01 a.m.
It
Well,
could
we
be a teleport in and out without actually entering the building.
We need to be in there.
Or we wait till they're, I don't know, that's the question. Do we wait till they're done having their conversation?
Should we go tonight and just sort of scope out the neighbors, the rooftops across the street?
Are there sewers? Yeah.
The bonus.
And Jester's right. We are going to need at least one person in there to yell, like, Cheeto if shit goes off.
We should let them talk, too.
I have a question. Do I know from my use of the paints that does it make a sound when I do it, or is it quiet?
It's as quiet as paints can be.
That's pretty quiet.
It's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
I could make, I could make a door in the back.
Shall we head that way and at least ask if there are, or look for any signs of a visible sewage system in this city? Do we know? Am I forgetting anything?
We haven't seen sewers here.
There are sewers. Make an intelligence check.
There are wells in the...
You can as well if you want to. Okay. You guys are
That's a 1.
There are turtles.
You haven't gone to the bathroom since you.
I'm not a good travel pooper.
19.
19. So there are sewers, but they're largely focused around the more core districts of the city. So the Gallimaufry, where you guys have been staying, and the Ferments, definitely. The Coronas, where the Overcrow exists, unfortunately, though, sits in a little more of a roughened expansion of the city, where there is no formal sewer system beneath it. A lot of it seems to be outhouses and cesspools and, tossed as fertilizer.
Also, this evening we could go, I could have Frumpkin be something much smaller, an insect, an invisible insect, and check out the entire building, hopefully. We didn't see all of it, I don't think.
Didn't see the upstairs.
You didn't see the upstairs, no.
I could make any of us be a insect as well.
Yeah.
About what time is it right now?
Dangerous.
Caleb, about what time
I'd
is
say,
it?
but this time it's close to midnight.
Right? It was late.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
shit.
So it's the 13th day, like.
Right about now, yeah.
Ding.
So in like 1 minute, we're in the day.
You're in the day.
Fuck. We gotta go.
We got to
Gotta
go.
sleep.
We gotta sleep. Where do we gotta go? We just go.
We just go.
Did we
yeah,
get a good
go.
night's sleep last night?
I mean, it could be at first light.
I think
Bang.
so.
I could use
right?
it.
We
No
slept.
Huh?
There
we
is no
sleep?
light.
No, oh, you guys slept the night before.
I've already burned my 5th levels.
You can go a night without sleep. You're just all gonna get a point of exhaustion.
That's true, we did, didn't we?
That's-
We used our fifths.
Well, what if we camp nearby and we have lookouts?
Sure.
Camp in the bubble.
Tonight, sure.
All
Let's go
right.
over there and see if there's any. We could sleep on the roof across the street.
It'd take 1 hour to go look around right now.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So you guys are heading over towards the Coronas, toward the Overcrow. Okay. You gather your things. Prepare yourselves for, I guess, a camping night of the under the stars in the beautiful streets of the Coronas.
It's, I tried to scry.
Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
Still the same 24 hours.
It is? Is the same 24
Same 24 hours, so yeah.
Did
you
I
scry.
scried too?
Yeah. So your 5th is also burned.
Oh, why did I put down that I slept?
Because
You're a dirty.
You slept in real life, and you're a dirty cheater.
Oh, no,
No,
my
see?
fifth level. That's
See, it's
right.
still-
Okay,
it's
okay.
still
My
good.
fifth level's gone. Never mind.
Sorry.
So, you make your way through the Gallimaufry. At this hour, there's still some bodies going through the streets, some individuals, drow, goblinoid, different figures doing business, but it all seems to be very much like a late night graveyard shift type, general sense and a little bit of business seems to pass you as you make your way to the outskirts of Rossona. Eventually you come to the street, familiar to you now definitely as you...
Can we be stealthy as we're going over there?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
You turn into the outskirts of the city among the Coronas and eventually come to the street where you can see, just as you come around the edge of the curving outer ring of this side of the district, just beyond the western side, kind of northwest side of the city, where the Overcrow resides.
The cloak and hiding face.
Yeah. So, actually, let me show you the layout. Since you are scoping it out.
the map. Oh, shit. Oh, I got a job to do. As we enter this sneaky part of the show, this sneaky part of the show is powered by Dwarven Forge. This is my Dwarven Forge hat. They currently have a free PDF. How many pages? 406 pages.
Whoa.
It's a module tied to their Dungeons of Doom products available now on their website.
Woo, woo.
Oh shit! I feel like I need something for the hat to dress it up, like some bling of some
You
sort.
we should put a beard, like, oh, you have a beard.
A beard on the hat?
Yeah, like hanging down.
Oh, you mean to cover my beard?
Yeah.
So, you guys are looking down this side of the street.
Yeah.
This is the Overcrow right here.
Okay.
There's the one, I guess it's kind of thin on one side and tall, and this is where the storage room was, where you guys had entered through the window in the back.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Right. So there's the one chamber. This is the alleyway that was behind, and that's the front door right there.
We're burning by the time this
So it's either
You see
that building there.
Light them up, Caleb.
That's awful close.
Do we know?
This here?
Yeah.
This is just another.
These are just other buildings nearby, other
Do we
chambers.
know if they're residential, business?
They look both. Okay. And a lot of the Coronas is kind of a mixture of whatever is available. Residential can be jammed in the middle of anywhere.
Any look abandoned?
Make an investigation check.
Can we do a little scout-sees of these buildings?
Sure.
Who's gonna go scout-sees?
Preferably not me.
I'll
go with you as well.
Okay.
I know.
Hey, as we've been walking, have we seen any drunkards, people that are tossed a little, posted up?
Perception check.
Yeah, just casual drunk folk. Nothing crazy.
20.
16.
Are we rolling for stealth or investigation?
No, we have a few things going on here. Let me work through them. So you guys are just doing a general...
Investigation for empty places. Did you end up going?
I was letting you guys do that.
Me and Bo are going
to
do that.
All right, so you rolled
keeping an eye out.
A 20?
I don't know what I'm rolling for. Investigation or
Investigation.
stealth? Okay, 16.
16. So taking some time to look around and look for signs of... this building looks like it is a small hostel of some kind. This appears to be residential. That appears to be residential. That appears to be... it was once residential, but looks like it's been kind of locked up, or it has been not touched in a while. You're not sure what the usage of that one is or not. But you do get, at this late hour, you don't see any movement. The hostel has people occasionally going through. You can see some light in some of the windows. There's life on this side. You don't see any signs here of maybe sleeping or nobody's home, but those both appear to be in common use and residential based, and that's the one that's kind of in the iffy space at the moment.
I think that might be our base of operations.
You mean? Oh,
I think we should combine our ideas. Why don't you turn into a bumblebee or a moth, and I will turn you invisible.
16.
And then you can look inside all of the buildings,
About
especially
an hour into the
main.
scoping, you do see a pair of goblins that are both kind of like zigzagging, heading just from this way, making their way through the district.
Also, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I can do that. For sure.
Can you remind me, DM, was this past day that we were awake the day that Essek would have taught Caleb those spells? Or was it an earlier day?
That would have been an earlier
day. Okay.
Like
house rat.
Who's breaking into that fucking boarded up house?
Well,
I can break into that house, but recall that at least one of the people that we're trying to sneaky around is invisible a lot. So we should just make sure that we should just assume that there's an invisible person right outside the front door that's watching.
Or up in the upper window or
Sure.
whatever. Yeah.
Head in the building anyway.
You want me to go to the building and
I mean, I would go
knock
to
it?
break in?
this side.
Yeah. Want me to go?
Sure. Do you want me to? I'll be lookout.
Come with me?
I'll stand lookout for not
All right, let's go.
All right. Perception check from you. Stealth check for you.
Okay.
Stealth, 28.
17
Okay.
for perception.
Yes. So you keep an eye out for a moment, a beat, where there doesn't appear to be any sort of immediate eyes on this little central thoroughfare. You hand signal to Nott, and Nott, you dart across with ridiculous speed, diving into darkness, and you have no idea where Nott is. Nott just kind of vanishes into the shadows. You make your way up alongside the building, skirt along the the left wall from where this is standing, and to give a little perspective here, just for positions and such, from where you are now, it would be about there. So this is north, south, east, west.
I'm over here?
No, I'm saying this is just direct.
I see.
You are on this side of the building. So you're on the kind of northeastern side of the wall.
All right, yeah, I'm going to sneak around to any window that's sort of the most out of sight.
Okay, there is a closed window, like shuttered in the back.
I will try to jimmy if it has a lock, or just open it.
It doesn't have like an intricate lock, but it does appear like there's a board on the opposite side. So you're trying to
a board. Okay. So first I'll check it for traps.
Go ahead and roll.
17.
17 does not appear to be trapped.
Okay, now I will try to open it.
All right, so your dex and perception, or dex and proficiency. 16. This is not a very difficult. It's not an intricate series of chains in this. There's literally a wooden board that is jammed in to keep the shutters closed. So you kind of slip it up, and you hear the wood hit on the inside because as you slip it up and it falls out of its space, it does fall about 3 feet. Opens slightly, dark inside. Make a perception check.
10.
10. You don't hear any movement.
Get in there, bitch.
I'm going inside. Make a response to this message. I'm gonna slip
Quietly heading over there as well.
Okay, so you're going to meet up at the same area. All right, so you jump inside. The first thing that catches you is a very musty smell and a rotting smell. Not pleasant.
Oh my gosh.
It's dark in here. You do have dark vision, however.
I do.
It's a very, very humble home. There's like a singular table. There's one bed. There's something on the bed. A previous tenant that seemed to maybe have passed in the night, and nobody cared to check in on.
Oh no! I'll go look at the body. Anything with no foul play, just expired.
Make a medicine check as you walk up and can see kind of partially under the now somewhat stained blanket.
5.
5. Who knows if it was foul play or a terrible murder, but there is a fairly decomposed corpse here of a goblin.
Of a goblin?
Of a goblin, yeah.
Bloody? As bloody as...
You're not there.
I thought you mentioned that, I'm sorry.
But I mean, if you want to go over, you can join in. With that medicine check, you have no idea. It's just a mess. And it's just gross and like... Yeah, you have no idea.
Okay, sure.
You're not a forensic specialist.
Just go
it's just dead
around
and
and see if there's any other people in there, anyone hiding, anything trappy.
Do a little once over. I mean, you don't see any other people in here. It's a small chamber. There's not a lot of places to hide.
Is there a view of the Overcrow from in here?
There is a side window on the opposite end of the wall over there that you can open up and look through, and there is an angle that you can see the Overcrow from that far window on that side, or the front door. Those are two viewpoints you have.
I will message Caleb. Caleb, this is a good place for us to hang out. There's a dead body in here, but otherwise, we're aces.
Caduceus, you approach.
I'm gonna try and hop in through the window.
Caduceus. Hi.
Are you doing this quiet or doing
quiet? Yeah, I'm trying to
stealth check.
I'll make a stealth check.
Nott's in there. She can just open the window for you.
I thought the window was open.
It was open.
Oh, sorry. The window's open.
Yeah.
Just crawl in. What are you talking?
That's a 5.
The vibrant pink of Caduceus.
Yeah, that's 5.
Why'd you go over there?
Oh.
You make your way and kind of stroll right through, get halfway, and then, hunch, make the rest of the path there, but it's a stroll.
We can all still see you, Caduceus.
Oh, so,
We can all, just literally just a big pink.
I have the cloak up.
You make your way around the chamber. The window's open, and it's a small window, and you kind of get stuck for a minute. You kind of Winnie the Pooh your way through for a second. Onto the floor.
Yeah. There's a dead goblin over there. Can you? Like,
Aw.
do your thing.
Like what thing? Oh, that
Make it
thing.
decompose or whatever. It's gross.
I mean,
there's already a fair amount of fungus that's installed itself on the body.
Is this a? I'm gonna get a low light going here. That's not gonna blast out too much. I'm just gonna have a little passive light in here.
Okay.
Hide it under it. It's a goblin.
Yeah, make me a medicine check if you
All
like
right.
to.
Yeah. Oh, this is terrible. 13.
13. Probably anywhere between 6 or more months.
Oh.
Wow.
Just looks like in bed.
In bed, whatever's there is mostly just skin. A lot of it just kind of slot off into the bed beneath it, and it's mostly just fungus growing out of it. The sockets are empty, and it just kind of it looks kind of like the Gremlins at the end of the movie when they start just melting.
The actual goblin that worked there.
I'm gonna just. It's on the mattress on the floor. I'm gonna start the process a little further since it's already doing so well itself, and I'm just gonna flip the mattress over very quietly.
Okay. Actually, at the rate it's been, your decomposed cantrip accelerates it quite a bit.
Yeah.
It becomes this briefly beautiful menagerie of colors. The scent gets a little more tolerable as the fungus has taken the majority of brunt of it now, but you go ahead and hide it off to the side, and it is no longer visible. The room is still not a pleasant smell and musky, but at least there isn't that source immediately in your face.
Keeping and looking around, don't see anything else in here. It's just kind of.
What are you looking for?
Anything from items in the house to maybe like a basement or anything like that. Something in the roof.
Make a perception check.
12.
All right, so looking up, there's not really like a roof section. There are rafters, and it's kind of an open space before the actual thatched roof begins. But there are rafters. Between the bed, the table, looks to be a couple of small boxes that are partially open that have had fruit in there, but the fruit itself is now extremely molded. This was a simple home with a solitary goblin that just lived through the rest of its days, and no one seemed to miss it when it passed.
I'm going to pull out the wire and say to Not, is there room for all of us in there, and is there a decent view of the Overcrow?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Come, but do it stealthily.
It occurs to me we could have. No, never mind.
It might be good.
Could unlock the front door.
I lean in the window.
You're here too.
Yeah, I'm still looking out. I'm scouting. I'm still being looked out by there. Maybe we should have 2 groups. Half of us stay here and then half stay on the opposite side so we can see if it comes from the back.
Yes. We should have Caleb go on the other side, unfortunately. Or me.
You stay here, we go.
Well,
Caleb goes on the other side with the bubble. Because he's got to stay in the bubble, right?
You and I are going to do our thing, though, before bedtime.
Yeah, definitely.
What
We could do it now.
Yeah, let's try to join the others where they're hiding so that we can not be seen while we change you.
Okay, let's be sneaky.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on us as we go over to the house.
Okay.
All right, so we have Caleb and Jester, and Ford, are you going with them as well?
I'm a little confused on where everybody is.
So we have half of the group is in there.
Me.
Caduceus
I'm
not-
looking
well,
out,
half
and
of the
then
house and half
not
are somewhere else.
Caduceus are inside, and then I don't know where you all are.
Yasha.
I'm with you. We're all kind of over there, but I'm.
You guys are kind of down the street in
Down
this area, just kind of watching off the side until you decide where to go. But otherwise,
And I'm gonna I'm kind of lingering
so you guys
back
for the most part are
here.
in here right now.
We're going to group there, talk out what we're doing before bed, and then split.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Let's all go.
Okay, so our group needs to stealth.
Yes, you do. But you do get +10 because it's passed out of trace.
Hot diggity.
$13.
With the +10?
Oof.
Alrighty.
30.
Better.
24.
All right.
23.
Okay. So as a group check, they managed to catch you as you're about to trip on a heavy rock that's sticking out of the center of the ground and almost go face first in the thoroughfare, and they just kind of swoop you up before you impact and carry on like it was nothing. Before you make your way over to the abandoned complex, where the very small complex, the abandoned building where the rest of your party is, and you kind of saunter up to the side of the window, you guys watch the rest of the party approach.
Let's get inside.
Okay. You're all now hiding within the building.
Who is responsible for that smell?
Oh, the previous tenant is still in. Underneath the mattress.
Sorry.
Okay. So we all need to sleep, but 2 of us need to stay on lookout. One at this side of the house and one in the alley side at all times. So we need at least 3 and 3.
Also, before we do that, I really want to get a lay of the inside of that building. Jester had an idea that I wish to layer upon. She can turn into something small, something like a moth or something quiet. And I will make you invisible, and then I will do one other thing that will help you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And then you fly and crawl, and we'll wait.
And I'll come back and tell you what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
We do that?
Sure.
Go for it.
All right, I'm going to do it all. I pull out a cocoon and turn Jester into a small goth
Wait, you're doing it all?
moth.
A small goth.
Small goth moth.
Small goth moth.
Small goth moth.
Blue and black.
In my head, I think I'm really cute.
An adorable tiny goth moth.
Then
I land on Yasha's finger.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, I never realized how beautiful light was before.
This is with polymorph, right?
Yes.
Okay.
My polymorph, and then while she's flitting about, I will cast invisibility on her. Okay. And now she's invisible, and I can't see her exactly, but I pull out the valuable pearl that I use for Find Familiar and start weaving geometric patterns around it and muttering, and a small mote of light floats out of it and touches an invisible moth. And you have just been touched by this spell, Fortune's Favor, which is Dunamancy.
Ooh, what does that do?
And you now have one chance to redo, like with the dodecahedron.
Okay.
Fortune's fancy.
Fortune's Favor?
Oh, Fortune's Favor. But it is fancy.
It's very fancy.
What is he looking up? He's looking up
Whether
something.
you can stack moth things and...
No, not you can stack it.
Make that
Mother of all moth. Polymorph and invisibility are both concentrated.
That's okay. I can polymorph myself.
Yeah.
So I polymorph myself. That's what I was planning to do. Anyway.
I'm dumb, but Caleb's not, so he would know that. So you do.
I do polymorph.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, and then you can invisibility me.
All right. So you become a moth. You're a moth. A flutter.
Oh, like I'm stupid?
You have an intelligence of 1.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
It's even better.
Wow.
It's now an invisible moth.
Flutter.
Okay, so go. Now you go.
I go.
She must have gone. I don't see her.
She goes outside.
Fly.
Fuck.
What if
You still know what you were doing. You're not
I
like
do?
You don't forget your whole previous life.
I don't forget that I'm Jester.
You don't forget your jester. You're just in this moment.
Help me
you're
remember
more
when
limited.
Keyleth changed into things. That's different, right? That's B shape.
B
shape lets you keep
So
your
Wild shape to keep your intellectual scores. Polymorph does not.
We learn things every day.
But you keep your memories. You just are dumb.
Yeah.
Okay. She's super dumb right now.
I'm super dumb, but I'm like, I'm supposed to go look at things.
I think an intelligence of 1 matches the record of our entire show. I think I either hit 1
When
or
I
0
fly, I'm
once.
like,
No, somebody got
I will say for the purposes of this, just roll an intelligence check for me.
wow. And
Pick
subtract.
the right
It's
die.
-5.
Hey.
-5?
Yes.
9.
Okay. It takes you about 20 or so minutes to eventually find your way across the thoroughfare. You're easily distracted, and there are like lights and flickers, like, oh, a light.
Like a moth to the flame.
It's so pretty.
And but you kind of remind yourself in your very limited capability to get back on track, and you get distracted again, and you're all just kind of sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, until about half an hour in, you eventually land, and you're like, this is a nice roof.
Do I remember to make my way over to a window?
There was the shuttered window with the curtains and everything. Make another intelligence check for me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fly into a torch and just
plop
plop open. Yeah.
A 0.
All right. You go over to where there are these heavy curtains that are currently closed up there, and you latch onto them and just start chewing for a while. It's not bad material. It's a little musty, but it's tasty. So another 20 minutes. That's 40 minutes now that you've been a moth.
I don't feel like this is going the way we meant.
Make another intelligence check.
It's going for a bit though. I'm worried.
8. No, yeah, 8.
Minus, this is minus
Yeah,
five.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll say it takes you about 10 minutes or so to gather your focus. And go ahead and roll a dexterity check for me as well, which is a +1.
Oh.
This is taking a long time.
Something went wrong.
8.
Okay. There, you cannot find a way in the window. It's closed too tightly, even as a moth, unfortunately.
Do I hear anything?
Make a perception check.
Moth has
-2.
sick
5.
stats.
I don't hear anything.
Just death.
Oh man, this. Can I chew this curtain some more? It's so nice.
Yeah. So the
An hour.
I know, hour for invisibility.
Yeah.
And an hour for polymorph.
Yeah.
Polymorph was cast first.
Yeah.
So
Nom 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 nom.
suddenly you revert to jester form, and you're like, "What was I doing?" And you're falling.
Oh god.
And you hit the roof.
Can I grab? Can I grab? Can I
Go
grab
ahead
on
and
the
make
roof?
make an acrobatics check.
Why?
We all see this from the window.
Actually, a dexterity saving throw for this.
Why?
Come on. 7.
7. You rolled a.
I rolled a 3 plus
I didn't
4.
see. There you go. All right. You fall. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you smash onto one of the boxes in the alley below. You have fallen prone there in the corner. Thankfully invisible still, but get out of there. You have like a round before your invisibility wears off.
Dash out of there.
So you're like,
Can I run and hide in the shadows around the
You've also
corner?
got that moat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
so you get up.
There's no way I would have remembered I had the moat when I was fucking a moth.
Right.
So it's half of your movement to get up.
Yeah.
5, 10, or 5, 15. It's as far as you can get.
Can
Go
I
right there.
use my? The minute I become visible, I'm gonna use my my thingy to turn invisible again for 10 more seconds.
Okay, so you can do that. All right. So, so that's your movement. With your action, you can go ahead and. Which way are you going now? If you can turn.
I'm gonna try to duck into under that
Under
porch
here?
or whatever that is.
Okay, it's a very tight space. So you turn over this way. The next turn, as soon as you finish that round, or if you dash over, you get over to the space and you get out that corner. It's as far as you can move is that corner there. Turns over, you become visible, and you're all of a sudden, you're a little bruised, a little beaten. Make a perception check.
17.
17. Currently, nobody sees you, but you can see from the noise a shadow coming from inside the hostel. Somebody is coming towards the front door, towards where the noise drew them.
Invisible! I turn invisible!
You turn invisible, and you're now on the inside of this corner there. There's a less than a foot gap between the two buildings that leads into the alleyway there. You're not sure if you can try and squeeze by.
If we saw her fall, did she damage any of the things outside?
Oh, yeah.
Do we hear kokunk?
You heard the impact and the breaking of wood.
All right, I want to Misty Step outside.
Yeah.
And I want to use Mask of Many Faces to change myself into a drunken peasant. And
Okay.
I'll use Minor Illusion to have like a tankard in my hand. And I want to be right where all the debris was.
Great. All right, so you run past this way, and then Misty Step over there, transform into, and describe how you look.
Yeah, so, a drow, but more like a farmer, so like real tatty stuff. Big muscular forearms from working so much. But like, just real slovenly stains of food and drink all over me, and just kind of laying up against the debris, humming a little tune.
You got it. Okay, then. So we have over here an invisible jester who's off in the corner, and as you are kind of in that process of getting yourself in position, taking the form, you watch as this kind of rough-looking, kind of half-drunk, a large underbite, growling gnoll comes outside of the front of the house and is like,
Hey, what you doing?
I fell down.
Make a deception check with advantage.
Ooh, yeah. 20.
Well, get the fuck off!
Comes up and grabs the back of your shirt. and kind of lifts you. It doesn't quite match.
He's kind of drunk.
But he rolled a natural 2, so he doesn't notice. He grabs it and kind of lifts you up a bit and walks a few steps and just throws you about 10 feet. You roll across and kind of lay down on the ground.
He's strong.
You're so superior. Look at this piss.
Turns around and lumbers back to the hostel and heads back inside. Your invisibility is wearing off now.
Yeah.
You're still in that corner. What are you going to do?
Cast disguise self to
Alright.
look like a goblin.
Okay. So as soon as that null turns the corner and the invisibility drops, you turn into a goblin. He enters, and you can see him kind of disappearing into the very, very faint source of light inside. You see a shadow cross past it on the wall on the opposite end of the entryway. And now you're a goblin.
I will start serpentine walking away from the house, just
As Ford walks back in, I just
Actually, I'll do a wide loop back to you guys. Yeah, not walking back to the house.
Take your way eventually, slowly
Yeah.
over that way. And Jester, you're heading over there as well.
Yeah, but roundabout.
Okay. I'll say you have a luxury of a few moments here to kind of scatter it a bit and not draw any attention. But eventually, you all reconvene back at the house.
That was fucking funny.
What did you find out about the inside?
Oh my god, you guys.
What did you see? Anything?
I saw so many, like...
What took so long? You were gone for like an hour,
Were you in there for so long?
You guys, did you know when you turn into something, you turn really stupid?
Into anything?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was really stupid.
What did you do for that whole time? Did you go
I
inside?
don't know. I flew around and there was like a puddle and I landed next to it and I think I might have drank from it.
There's a bit of like a stale aftertaste in your mouth.
Yeah, we got a little.
I smell velveteen on your breath.
Oh man. And then I tried to get in, but like there was a heavy curtain and some shutters and I didn't know what to do, so I just ate some curtain and then...
Very valuable lesson for Caleb.
All right.
I think we all learned something tonight.
But Ford, thank you so much. I was freaking out just a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, look out for each other. All right, so who's staying on this side?
So wait, are we gonna try to infiltrate?
We just burned an hour and we know nothing about this.
Should we sleep and scout? I mean, sleep and look out?
But the three on the other side should sleep on the other side as well, right?
sure.
I can go to the other side because
I'll go there as well.
I don't want to sleep in here with this smell.
I don't mind the smell.
I don't mind.
I'll sleep on the other side
Oh,
then
wait.
too. You should have a cleric with
We
you.
should not be together.
Yeah, so that we can communicate.
Yeah, I'll go on the other
And
side.
you have to go there anyway if you're gonna make the dome, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's everybody's there
Never
except
mind,
for
I'll
Bo
stay
and
over
Knock.
here. I don't care. I'm gonna
Okay, so who's staying where?
Yep.
We don't know where we're sleeping on the other side.
No.
No, you're
No,
not
you're
figure
gonna
that
make
out.
But we can't make a
Dome
dome in
is
the
super
middle
obvious.
of the
Yeah.
street.
No.
We have
You
to
can't make a dome.
Camouflage it.
No,
I
it's
mean,
a dome.
You can affect its color.
Oh.
That's it.
Or we can
Sleep up on a roof.
Or just sleep on the roof.
roofs.
Yeah, but the roofs are very peaked, you guys. How are we gonna sleep
All right, let's
on
sleep in
them?
this house.
Yeah.
Let's sleep in this house.
We do hear the dome
Yeah.
could be hidden in this house too.
Okay, so everyone is sleeping in this house.
Yep.
Yeah.
in the dome.
Alrighty.
Maybe you can make Frumpkin invisible and go in.
Here.
Frumpkin could not get past a door.
But you guys have shared.
Could Frumpkin be on be our ally for us? Can he be Team
Frumpkin will
Ally?
sit on it. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Frumpkin can only notify him if
Oh,
it
how about
sees
this? How about this? We're gonna go to sleep. Why don't you do your silly string around her back window? If anyone goes in the back window, we'll know about
It's
it.
the window on the first floor or above.
First floor.
Okay.
That also means going right up to the building.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you can be
Who's going to
invisible.
enter through the back window?
That's true.
Well, that's the only thing we have to worry about. Otherwise, we can see whoever goes in and out.
I don't think they're going to. Yeah.
All right, you want to just chance it? We'll just go to
It's
sleep.
just a window back there. There's no door.
It's just
Just a window.
right?
Yep.
We can just chance it. That's fine with me.
All right.
All
I
right,
bet he's just gonna teleport in, you guys.
let's sleep.
You might teleport in.
No problem.
No, I like your idea. Let's just be safe. I'll go invisible and I will put a wire over there.
You can do it while you're invisible. It doesn't break the invisibility or anything.
Casting a spell
gonna
does
go-
break invisibility.
Any spell, not attack
Casting any
spells.
spell breaks it.
Okay.
I can go with you and pass the trace on us, and then, you know.
It's not worth it. Not worth it.
And I can bless you the tricks. I can give you the blessing of the trickster, and you could even better.
I will send Frumpkin over and have him come alert us if anything changes.
Right.
We do that.
That's our lookout.
Yeah. He'll sit on the crook of a roof or something.
We go to sleep.
There's Frumpkin.
Who's taking first shift?
I'll take first shift.
I will too, since Frumpkin is out.
All right.
I'm going to sleep.
I need to sleep.
Okay.
Take one window, I'll take the other.
Okay.
So Caleb and Bo are the two keeping watch. Everyone else is sleeping?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Taking in shifts of 2-3 hours? What are you doing?
2.5.
Or 6. Yeah, we need 8. We need like an 8-hour rest, right?
Well, 8-hour rest, and that'll be 10 hours total, because in order for everybody to get a full rest.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So.
Could be a long day.
No. 2.5 hours. 3 shifts. We don't get a full rest.
We need a full rest. That's the whole
You got to
point.
hit a full 10 hours? Everybody needs 10?
8 hours. 8 hours,
8
but you need to do 10 hours for everybody to do a shift and get 8 hours.
We'll keep sleeping until something happens anyway.
Yeah.
Also, I would have taken time to put the wire in front of the door. And I've told Frumpkin to wake me up should anyone come into the back.
Normally we just do 3 shifts,
How about
right?
this?
We
How
do
about this?
three watches for 8 hours.
I don't need to rest. I can just be exhausted.
For everyone to get 8 hours of sleep, it's 3 shifts that I've considered to be distributed over a 10-hour period.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, we can sleep until something happens, you know?
I could just be exhausted, and then everyone else can take out.
We'll see if we need it.
Because then it'd just be 2 hours of nothing happening, and then you've got
If
exhaustion.
we need that last 2 hours, then.
Yeah.
All right.
We need somebody in that building.
Watch it.
That's all right.
Yeah, what if he teleports, what if there's a teleportation circle upstairs? We don't see shit.
By the time this rest has begun, it's about 3 in the morning, just so you're aware. Both of you, I'd like to make perception checks, please, for your watch.
We're going to miss him.
I'm going to cast Dunamancy on myself before, just in case.
Okay. Please, because
I'm going to use it now.
Okay.
Barely different. Perception, you said?
Yes.
13.
13?
8.
8. Okay, you guys keep watch. A few figures wander through the street, but through the watch that you guys take, no one seems to pay any mind or go bother the Overcrow Apothecary.
Okay.
You complete your watch. Who's taking up next?
Just with briefest thing, an hour and a half into silence, looking out windows, breaking the silence. Beauregard,
What?
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, glad you're here too.
Okay. Next watch is Yasha and
I'll do it.
Ford. All right. Both of you guys perception checks for me, please.
God damn.
Jesus. 8.
Shit.
You're gonna break your wormwood.
18.
18, okay.
Nice, Yasher.
So between the hours of 5 and 7 in the morning, sunrise would have happened if there was a sunrise in Rosona.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. And through your watch, you see elements of the street begin to come more lively. Some of the early risers begin to awaken. You can hear some of the chickens and other nearby kept livestock beginning to awaken and make their various noises beginning the day, as well as hearing wagons go down the street, and it's starting to become a lively neighborhood. But you don't see anyone mess with until the very end. You see a familiar goblin, one who runs the establishment, approach the outside front door, pull out a ring of keys, unlock it, enter, and close the door behind her. This is Mom.
Should we just let her go?
Yeah, that's fine.
Bugbear could have been in it.
But her ring of keys.
Okay.
So you guys finish your watch?
Put on this.
You finish your watch?
We're finished.
All right, who's up
Ford.
next?
Glad you're here. And I go to bed.
I've never seen people fall asleep that fast.
She goes to REM state like that. Barbarians, man.
We relay that very familiar goblin
I'm glad you
walked in with that ring of keys.
I'm taking the last watch.
Oh, you're in
There's 2 more watches.
I'll take the next watch.
Okay. perception check.
Solo, I guess. Is it? Yeah.
I'm saving for the
I know. I guess I'll get
No,
up.
no, that's fine. I mean, whatever.
The spellcasters have uninterrupted
Terrible.
sleep.
Stay up.
Huh?
Perception.
I know. I just need sleep to get my
Sleep.
spells back.
Sleep.
And then I can take back Okay, I'll take
Get
the...
it if you stay up. I'll go to bed.
Okay, it's just me then. Let's hope this roll's good. Terrible. 7.
7, okay. So 7 you rolled or 7 total?
Both. I have 0.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
During my watch, can I also disguise self and just like take a stroll back and forth on the block?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
You see some families getting up and gathering supplies to go to like small shopping trips further into the city. You see soldiers coming through and patrolling the vicinity. You get a little nervous, kind of keep by, but none of them seems to be interested in anything. They're just kind of looking out for any sort of funny business. Nothing else seems to really catch your attention.
That's it.
It's been, have I slept for 8 hours yet?
I say you've now slept for 8 hours. People that went first.
Can I wake up then?
You can wake up, but the people that took first watch, which is Bo and Caleb, you still need to take one more watch for them to get their full rest.
All right, we're up.
We're up then.
But that's good. Spellcasters are good.
Can I cast as soon as I wake up? I'm going to cast Locate Object
Okay.
on that little book that I saw him writing in.
Okay. You cast Look at Object and focus on the tome that you saw in the first, or the journal in the second one.
The journal in the second
Okay,
one.
got you. You cast it, you focus, you concentrate, you extend your will and consciousness towards kind of this divine cloud, asking the traveler to guide your intent, and it finds purchase on nothing.
It's not within 1,000 feet.
Well,
That's a good sign.
maybe.
But you both do get to make perception checks.
I will make a perception check.
Make it strong.
My perception is... I rolled terribly.
I rolled a 15.
11.
11. Okay. 15. At the end of your watch, towards the final 20 minutes or so, you see 2 figures walking down the street that approach the exterior of the apothecary. One of them is a tall male hobgoblin in a breastplate. It's obscured by a leather cowl with a large sword sheathed on his back. The other appears to be elven in stature, long tattered black cloak that's pulled around a set of gray leather armor. Their head is obscured by a hood and a face wrap of blue cloth. And both of them approach the front and kind of push on the door. The door opens.
Do I see any blonde? Do I see any?
Make a perception check. Or no, you already made your roll. You don't see any particular details of blonde hair necessarily, but you do see a bit of the skin appears to be drow.
Detect magic.
Okay. 30-foot range, you detect no magic.
Oh, shit, I am too far away, aren't I? Would I have known that or I have not?
You would have known that.
Okay.
I hit everybody and.
Why?
Somebody just went in. Somebody just went in.
Somebody?
2 people.
What'd they look like?
One was a hobgoblin, one was a drow. They were in cloaks. They had their cloaks pulled up, but
They seem like business.
They could be anything. They could be anything.
2 people.
Did we get our rest or no?
No, they have another like 20 minutes or so before they finish their rest. You have yours.
Okay.
So what's an animal that's not stupid? A mouse.
Yeah, everyone but Bo and Caleb can be awake now with a full rest.
Let's go in there.
Let's.
I can just be a customer. I'll disguise self and I'll just go in and be a customer looking for dick oil or something.
Okay, go look for dick oil.
Okay.
You don't want to have a rat follow you in after you get
Sure,
told
yeah.
to leave?
I don't know if a rat is smart. Where did you find the rat stats?
I have the rat stats here.
Rat stats.
Rat stats.
What's a smart animal?
A dolphin.
Like a sparrow or a rat
I'm looking
or
under.
Crows are not very
Rat has an intellect of 2, so it's twice as good as
What about a sparrow or like a bird or
That's
like a...
fine because you don't need
Just
to.
good
You're
for
just going to be. Why don't you just be on my shoulder the whole time? Yeah, I'm a weirdo who has a pet bird.
It's the intelligence level between a moth to a rat. It's a pretty big jump. Comparatively.
Okay, I'll be a rat.
I say this as a person that has been fighting moths in our house for months. I fucking hate them.
This is a shit.
I know.
Useless.
You have to lower yourself to their level, Matthew.
Are you going to scurry in or be in my pocket or what?
I'll be on your shoulder.
As a rat?
Goblins eat rat, don't they?
No, I don't have to be a goblin. I can be anything. I'll be a little, I'll be a halfling.
No, don't be a halfling, that's obvious.
Oh, I'll be a short drow.
No, be a goblin.
Okay, I'll just be a different goblin.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right.
All right. And what are you doing, Jester?
I'm gonna be, I'm gonna polymorph myself into a rat, I guess, and I'm just gonna sit like in his hood, her hood.
Okay.
Right there.
There you go. And you are looking like a different goblin?
A different goblin. I'll look like the goblin that was guarding that weird wizard tower way back in
Okay.
Xhorhas.
So, like, balding, slicked back, really well dressed.
Mm-hmm.
Same attire?
Sure.
All right. You are a debonair goblin.
Obvious, but
And what were you saying?
I was going to say, who's awake and not still sleeping?
everybody but them.
Who wants to go around back?
I'd go in.
Frumpy is there.
I'll keep an eye out over here.
I will disguise myself as a very wealthy-looking drow this time. Slightly nicer robes, walking with what could possibly be security
I
or
don't know enough about this spell.
Easy enough.
Polymorph. I don't know if I want to polymorph, y'all.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Walking with him, but I'll try to look like I'm your security.
Dope.
All right. What are you, Jester? Are you okay? You look perturbed.
I just don't know if I should be a rat. You guys, I don't think I should polymorph myself.
Why?
Just because I don't know enough about it to know.
Can you disguise yourself?
Yeah. That's
Why
what
don't
I'm
you do that and I'll go in invisible?
Yeah, I'm going to disguise myself instead.
Okay.
Invisible into a room full of magic users.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then I will drop disguise self and I'll just be invisible.
I mean, there'll also, to be fair, there's a bunch of magic people
Yeah,
in there.
it's fine.
They're going to see through anything we do anyway.
Possibly.
Probably.
Just make a fucking racket if you get found out.
Okay.
So what are you both going invisible? Or are you disguising yourself?
I'm disguising myself.
What are you disguising yourself as?
Somebody my height.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be a drow.
Alrighty.
Damn these horns. Just because I can't put my hood up. It's obvious. I'm gonna go in this, and I'm gonna be like kind of nice, but not too nice. So I'm gonna be in like dark colors, but like no fine details or anything like that. No bright colors. Just,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're going invisible?
Yep.
Dark hair.
So, all right. So you two are traveling towards the front. What are you guys doing?
Yasha and I are going to walk down the back.
Okay.
Viewing properties.
All right. Just make general stealth checks, both of you, just to try and be
cool.
Yeah, to not draw any unwanted attention and keep it casual. It's not a terribly high DC.
Plus 0, 15.
15.
7.
7. Okay. All right. All right. You guys meander around at a fairly safe distance. Kind of walk between two buildings, make your way to the back alley that kind of rests behind most of the buildings here that are set up on the front of the
We'll
street.
be pointing at the structures on the opposite side of this alley, kind of pointing and gesturing and talking about the worth of what such a building might cost. Maybe checking the ground, the soil, just sort of looking like we might be interested in purchasing.
Purchasing real estate.
Gotcha. Okay. So, Jester.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah.
You guys are invisible, disguised, making your way towards the front of the complex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You approach the front of the Overcrow. The front door is closed, but you reach up and kind of take the front handle, and it is not locked. Bless you. It opens on the inside. Familiar smell and sight greets you as you glance inside. You can see across the way Morrow is at the front, sitting in the chair and just kind of looking over and puts a hand up.
Hey!
Looking in the inside of the chamber, you can see only one figure. You see the hobgoblin that had approached with the other figure is just kind of sitting arms crossed, leaning against the outside of the spiral staircase that leads up.
To the
upstairs.
Upstairs.
Yes.
And the other fellow, who was an elf, is not there. Cool.
Okay. I walk in. Are you the goblin that runs this establishment?
That's me!
I have a bone to pick with you.
What's the problem? Is there a problem?
You sold some sort of solution to my handmaiden.
Did I?
She said it was for her hair. It's falling out now.
Can you come back tomorrow? We're kind of closed.
The door was open.
That's my fault.
I'm gonna be in the room as well, if possible.
Okay. Make a stealth check with advantage.
Okay. 23.
Okay.
I do believe we should sort this out now.
What do you need?
I would like her finances returned.
Well, you see, it's...
And a solution to this problem.
Make a deception check. You do have advantage on this because you're in the different form.
Ooh.
Where is it? Oh, there.
Ooh. 22.
Was that the one with the blue skin? All right. How much did she pay? I can go check my ledger here.
And counts out some coins.
Here, a refund on it. My apologies.
I look over at the hobgoblin.
Just like looking out the corner of their eye at you.
I hope you aren't planning on buying anything here.
Just perusing.
Be warned. Oh, no.
I can fuck out.
And I walk back out.
Close the door behind you if you don't mind.
I'm closing.
Okay.
Hey, I got my 5 gold back. Sweet.
You're still inside.
I'm still inside.
Yes, you are.
Did your hair stink while you were in there the whole time?
So while you're in there for a while, it's silent.
If it's
They're not even talking, and then one point was like,
So, nice day, right?
no response.
If he's okay.
Can I?
I'm gonna knock.
Hope we didn't journey too far.
I'm gonna knock something off of a counter.
Okay. What are you knocking over?
Why?
Just a book or something. I don't know what she has around.
They both look. Immediately, the mood in the room changes, and the hobgoblin grabs like the sword and just kind of gets it ready and walks over.
Okay. While he's walking over there, I'm gonna try to very stealthily go up the stairs.
Okay. Make another stealth check with advantage.
Come on.
Axe be with you.
25.
Okay. Carefully making your way up the spiral staircase.
Oh, man.
You get to the very top, and there is the door that leads into the next chamber.
Okay. Just gonna hang there for a second.
Okay.
Listen for voices downstairs and listen for voices inside.
You hear Mono say,
Well, I don't know. Maybe he just stumbled out the things.
Things just don't stumble. Be quiet.
and you just hear
Up the stairs?
just roaming the room and
roaming the room.
and looking under tables, and you hear shuffling and things being moved and scraped across the wood floor.
Are there any windows on the upstairs that we can see from outside?
There's only the single window at the front that is closed. It is what you were chewing on the night before.
Is there any way to get up to the second floor on the outside? If I look around, can I climb a wall?
Make a perception check.
Wow.
Super cock. There is nowhere you see safely to get up there without being just an overt, person climbing in broad nightlight.
In the room with me.
There is a cat looking down to get
Are you guys?
Are they still asleep or?
You guys are awake now at this point. You come to consciousness, and you're kind of catching this partway into motion.
What?
Well, plus nobody's in the fucking house. Well, some are in the house with you.
People took initiative. I don't know.
What?
He's looking around downstairs.
Yeah, and then turns the corner, and then after looking around for a second,
I don't know.
Mara was like,
about not.
Look, the place is a little rickety. It's not the best furniture, but
Goblin misbehaving.
and you see that the hobgoblin just kind of goes to the staircase and begins walking up the stairs.
Oh,
and
fuck.
just coming closer and
Is
closer
there
and
any on the landing where I am? How much space is there?
It is a tight hallway that's just wide enough for the doorway before it opens into the next room.
Wow, that does not leave very.
You're about up to the belt on this hobgoblin, if a little bit lower.
And there's no nooks. There's no.
No, it's literally stairs and the door, and there's like you are right.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
And damn
it. I'm gonna try to go up on the ceiling.
Oh my god.
Oh no! Oh,
okay.
Got to
Come on. Brace yourself on the walls, you know? Climb up.
I got claws.
It's totally doable if you weren't a tiny goblin.
Ninja warrior.
Okay.
She's 3 feet tall without her arms out.
Okay.
So 3.5.
Make an athletics check for me, please.
Do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Athletics. Not acro.
Not
17.
acrobatics, not acrobatics.
This isn't acrobatics unless you want to parkour and then defy gravity.
Yeah.
This is trying to climb up something with very little grip and hold yourself up there. 17 though is pretty good. It's not going to last long, but you manage to scramble up and push against it, and you can feel your arm shaking, and the sweat starting to pour down your forehead, and you're trying desperately not to like breathe out. You're just holding your breath, and it's burning in your lungs as the hobgoblin like moves up and grabs the door, and it opens up. The top of the head is about to touch you, and you kind of like squeeze in and kind of arch your back, and just barely manages to miss your torso as it enters the room. And the voice inside goes, "What is the problem?"
There was a noise downstairs. I'm just looking around.
Kind of walks inside the room for a second. Walks back out, closes the door, and then walks back down the stairs. You very carefully.
Yeah, they're all cramped up.
Okay.
And now you're at the top of the stairs. The hobgoblin is now at the bottom of the stairs, blocking, is like standing right in front of the steps.
If I were to cast message, that would kill my invisibility.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so I'm not going to do that. I'll wait a few more minutes and see if my friends do anything, and if not, I'll probably do some other more stupid things.
Well,
Make my way over to let everyone know.
Holy
Guys, I go back in the house. Not inside.
Why would he do that? Why would she?
She's inside. She was invisible. She went in by herself.
But that doesn't make
She's in
any.
there, and the door's shut, and they said
I mean,
it's closed.
if she did, wait,
I'm
what?
doing some arcane prep work. I cast mage armor on myself, and then I put a hand on Beauregard and Caduceus' shoulder, and cast the other Dunamantic spell, Gift of Alacrity, and mutter a few words, and your vision like quintuples for a moment and just shoots past your eyes. And now you are going to be able to add 1d8, I believe it is, to your initiative rolls with whatever happens.
Both of us?
Both of you too.
For the next 8 hours.
For the next 8 hours.
What about
To all rolls?
To all of your initiative rolls.
All initiative rolls?
Balls.
Yes.
All initiative rolls now have 1d8.
You too.
Although you
Okay.
technically, with those boots, it's a 2d8 bonus, but that's fallen.
I have these manacles. Maybe we can use them on one of them, whoever's in there.
Oh, yeah. Hang on, wait, let me see these.
Okay.
Can I be a dope ass monk and use these chains as improvised, like, monk beating weapons?
Nunchucks?
The manacles of stasis.
They wouldn't count as monk weapons, but you could certainly use them in creative ways if you'd like to
Or,
try.
I have an idea. What if we go back in and I try to charm them, and then they let us put the manacles on them?
That also works.
Wait, it will work for one of them, yeah?
I could charm a couple of them, but then
But the
and then we can just tie up the other.
super cool, good.
While this is happening, you hear what sounds like heavy hoof falls.
It's not up the stairs now.
From down this roadway.
You guys are in the house. I'm talking about.
And you guys are on the back side.
Okay.
Watching. Are you guys doing anything in particular?
No.
You have no indication that anything's happening.
Send a message. Caleb, send a message to Ford and Yasha and let them know what's going on.
as well.
So,
you know that everybody else is in.
No,
So now-
Ford and Yasha are on the other side. They're in the alleyway
So
stuff.
Ford and Yasha, you guys are back here, right?
Yes, okay.
That's where you were. So So you guys are kind of just hanging in this alley.
Caleb is sending them a message.
All right, while Jester elbows the shit out of Caleb, I pull up the wire and say,
Not as
"We are
inside
on
the
move.
building."
Things are happening, not as inside apparently. Get ready. You may reply to this message."
The horse you see riding down the road comes to rest alongside the outside of the Overcrow.
Oh no.
This very heavily furred waist horse. Muscular, big, thick fur, kind of mane down the back of its neck, big bushy tail. Looks exhausted. Trots up to the exterior. The rider, you can see, is a female copper-scaled dragonborn. Themselves covered in a thick shawl of dull green wool, dismounts the horse and hitches it to one of the street-side posts over there real fast before walking up to the building and opens the door and enters. Not you see this from the top of the stairs. You see another figure enter and the door close. The dragonborn walks up and kind of gives a nod to the hobgoblin figure. The hobgoblin kind of looks up and down, looks up at Maruo. Maruo goes,
Can I help you?
The dragonborn, with barely a glance, just goes, waiting above?
Waiting above.
Waiting above.
And then tosses a pouch of coin to the goblin, who
Right this way.
Fuck.
the hobgoblin
Is that
steps
him in there?
aside, and the dragonborn begins to walk up the stairs to you a little bit quicker. Seems to have a bit of a haste to the step.
He won't be looking for me, so I'm just gonna press myself against a wall.
Okay.
Oh God.
Go ahead and roll
the opposite wall, that like away from the stairs. I don't.
You're pretty small. I'd say go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics check. Okay, hold on. 18.
18. Yeah, you manage to kind of like quickly dart out of the way and kind of make yourself flat as possibly can against the side. Goes to the door, opens it up, and steps inside. And you hear the voice go.
Did they leave the door open for half a second?
For like a split second. Ooh. You hear a voice say, "Finally." What are you doing?
Are they standing in the door, or have they gone in? Like, if I darted in the door, would I maybe make it?
Maybe.
Do it.
Yeah, sure.
Can you not hear through the door the conversation? You need to risk it because you can put your ear against that bitch.
True.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Now's the time. You're gonna miss it. 5.
I'm gonna
3,
dart in.
2. All right.
Come on, shit.
Roll another acrobatics check.
God, oh God,
Acrobatics. Okay.
13. Okay. You try and make your way towards it, and at the last second, the door's closing too quickly. You're gonna get lodged if you continue forward, so you stop yourself, and the door closes. You don't make it into the chamber.
Best outcome possible. Best outcome possible.
That is so much better than it could have been.
Yeah, it is. So the door closes.
If it had been you'd roll a 3, the door just went boom.
You know where I am right now? I'm on Knott's Landing.
Get out.
It's the worst
Get
place
out.
in the world.
No.
It's just getting worse.
He can listen through the door.
Hey, do you have another one of those locate object spells? You want to try and see if that's our guy?
Of course it's our guy.
I think it's our guy too.
How could it not be our guy?
It's a copper skill.
It did it sound like the same accent? We don't know, right? We don't know.
I didn't hear the guy upstairs talking.
And what does she have to do with it? That dragonborn?
Who knows? I could go in, I could try to talk to them again, and then at the last minute, hold the person, and I can hold them downstairs, and we can all rush in
upstairs
and just go in and attack.
Okay.
Surprise attack. Yeah?
No.
Let's do it.
No. We have an asset in the field.
Yeah. We gotta do something.
Yeah, Knott's there. Let her work.
We have to capture them, not let them talk and get away. What if they can teleport out?
I think perhaps they should talk a bit. Just the more that they have a shared
Did you see
story.
anything in the room?
So you're listening? Roll a perception check from your
Come on. My 0 perception.
Come on.
10.
10? Okay. It's pretty muffled. The only things you hear, it sounds like the scraping of metal across wood, like a lot of small pieces of metal. This is familiar. I mean, the sound you're very familiar with. It's the sound of a lot of coin in a satchel being thrown onto a table. You hear the muffled voices. All you hear is, the only words you hear are, satisfied? Very. Bazuzan. No words, no Bazuzan. The less I know, the longer I live. And then the wood scrape against wood. But falls towards the door.
I'm gonna get off and press myself against the wall again. God. This time, acrobatics, 22.
22, yeah, without issue. You're just kind of like, barely kind of getting into some of the space. The Dragonborn is leaving the room. Moves past you, closes the door, and heads down. Hobgoblin moves out of the way. Dragonborn leaves. You guys watch the Dragonborn leave the building.
I'm going to cast Locate Object again and try to locate that little thing.
In the same book?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay. I'm going to shunt into Frumpkin and look around. Can I see Ford and Yasha from Frumpkin's position?
Yes, very easily.
Is there a window up top?
Up top of?
On the second floor of our...
Back here? No. In fact, the only windows in the very front.
On the very front, okay.
Yes. The Dragonborn you guys watch exit the building, get back up onto the horse, kind of give it a little bit of food, and then get up onto the saddle after unhitching it and get into right away.
As the Dragonborn exits the house,
yeah,
I'm going to break invisibility, cast message, and say, "Stop that Dragonborn," to Caleb.
Okay.
So I heard that.
Early in the day.
So,
Where's the Dragonborn right now on the map? Because I heard that, obviously.
That's not who we want, though, right? Yeah.
Doesn't matter. We're in.
We're in it.
Dragonborn. So the horse is back here, and the Dragonborn is left and is currently in the process of now getting up
Probably
onto the
dropping
horse.
off money for the person that's going to come.
You have lost your invisibility, and you're whispering into this. As it happens, you hear, and the door opens behind you, and there you see the drow that was in the chamber, hood back, looking down at you.
Drow?
Yes.
Okay.
The first one that entered.
Okay.
Interesting. And that's where we're gonna take a break.
Which way is the Dragonborn riding? This way, Pat? This way, away?
Just now getting up on the horse, and looks like they're going to be heading back this direction. But we'll get to that when we come back from our break.
Just going to knock the horse down.
The horse is already
So
100 feet away from us.
we'll be back here in a few minutes. Before we go away, we do have our Wormwood Giveaway to pick up where this is about to get real interesting.
Any of these people are.
This is the Zebra Wood. Wormwood dice box, leather interior, nice and awesome. It's going to go to one of you lucky winners here. Tonight's password is Scry. S-R-C-Y, Scry. Enter it once. No, it wasn't a hint. It was based. I usually based on what happened in previous episodes.
S-C-R-Y.
S-C-R-Y. That's not what I said, right?
It's fine.
S-C-R-Y.
S-C-R-Y. I apologize.
Because we like you.
S-C-R-Y. It's like the words in front of me or something. Anyway, enter it once. More than once to be disqualified. Once again, U.S. and Canada only, excluding Quebec. We'll have a winner when we come back here in a few minutes. See you in a bit. Welcome back.
Nobody said anything.
Yeah, it was great. They were actually quiet this time. Good job. Welcome back. Before we jump into this cluster fluffer, there you go. I know. Fluffer nutter. We have our winner. The winner of our giveaway of the Wormwood piece is Keegan Hansen. Keegan Hansen, congratulations. We will get that sent to you ASAP. We're done. So, where we left off.
Oh God. Damn it. Come on, we got this. Wing it. If we fuck it up, we'll just leave the Empire or the Dynasty. It's fine.
They're like, how far away from us right now? Like 100 feet? Is that 100 feet?
Yeah. As you guys are looking through this side window, you can watch to that side there, from where you can view.
It was a
Edge.
male drow, right?
Yes.
Male drow,
I mean, as
female
far as-
dragonborn, as far as you can tell. The dragonborn is up onto the horse after unhitching it and is getting ready to start ride that direction.
They're already on the horse?
They have like unhitched it and got up onto the horse.
We run out, right?
Well, I tell the group quietly, like, Not said, stop that Dragonborn, we have to get there. Jester, can you get us there? Can you get us there?
Yeah, I open the door and start running out towards the horse.
Wait, what? Wait.
All right, so let's roll initiative.
Yeah.
Because we are now
Is
engaged.
it just the people in this house, or is it us as well in the back?
It's you guys in the back as well.
Okay, cool.
It's limited.
But you're not. You haven't been notified. You guys are just out there, kind of still waiting. You're like, huh?
There's just death.
You got 1d8 to your fucking initiative shit.
Yeah, you too, Cad.
I have forgotten. Thank God,
shit,
too.
son.
So 1d8 plus 1d8.
No, I don't want to be this high in the initiative stack.
Wish
I could do that once.
Seems like a good time.
Yeah, do it. You probably are only going to get
14 plus 4 is 18.
Once a day? I thought it was.
Well,
1d8
I'm my
for-
boots.
Oh.
Got it. All right, so 25 to 20.
24.
21.
Okay.
All right, so we have Caduceus, followed by Bo.
Damn it.
Wait, and Bo, you were what? 20?
21.
21? Okay.
Fuck, I rolled high.
20 to 15?
18.
18.
Oh, no. Wait, I might be...
But Chester's at the
15,
door.
15.
Correct.
Did I
Yeah,
account for anything?
Jester would be through this door and kind of like just stepping outside at this point, I'll say.
I'm sorry, Matt. I forgot to add my actual initiative. I'm actual 26.
Okay, so he was up first.
There we go.
I was too busy counting dice.
That's okay. So Caleb, is anybody else?
15? Sorry.
15 for not.
Oh, God.
All right. 15 to 10.
11.
Oh, 7.
Hold on, 11 for Yasha. Okay.
Oh, that's below 10.
And what'd you get?
5.
Okay, so, Bo, technically you have initiative. From inside the building, Jester just pushed the door open and ran out into the center of the main street. All you've heard is what you've heard from Caleb giving Knott's message. What are you doing?
Still the drow, right? That it hadn't been an hour since I went in.
Correct.
Take us off, man.
What are you doing, Bo?
Fuck me. Can I, like, acrobatics through this window?
Yeah, totally.
Am I dope enough to do that?
You can totally do that.
I go through here.
Make an acrobatics check. As you basically just like look and then leap through and tumble past.
That's a way to do it.
That's good. 27.
Yeah, you completely soar over these boxes. They don't reduce your speed at all. You're just kind of tumbling and rolling and using that momentum to continue forward. So 5, 10, 15, you land there. 15 feet of movement.
That was 15.
Correct.
So I'm gonna run the rest of my speed, and I'm gonna kind of dart catty corner to this pocket over here. And as I'm going, I'm gonna get out one of my cherry
45. Your speed?
Yeah, 45.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. That's as far as you get with your movement.
And I'm gonna get out one of my cherry bombs and light it and throw it. See if I can throw it underneath the horse.
Okay. One of the firecrackers
One
from
of the firecrackers from
Hupperduke. You got it. So you use your action to throw. Go ahead and make
anything else. Startle them.
Make an go ahead and make an attack roll. Roll a d20. Add your dexterity modifier.
That's not a war horse.
My dex mod.
Yes.
Oh, thank God, that was almost bad. 19.
19.
Fucking hard.
So you pull it out as you're running, getting it, and you stumble, roll to the ground. Use it to move forward, pull it out, kind of getting your flint out, throw it. It sends off sparks and a loud series of bangs from inside. The horse gets up. We're gonna, and when it gets to its turn, we're gonna see if the Dragonborn can try and keep it under control. But that horse is sufficiently spooked.
Do I have like a dash that I can do?
You have your bonus action.
A bonus action? Can I just kind of like leap and tumble and see if I can kind of like...
Use a key point to step of the wind, you can try.
Oh, yeah.
Because your action movement's done, so whatever your bonus action is.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna step of the winds and try and get behind and hunker down.
Okay.
Over.
Yeah.
And just get down and try and get out of sight and hope that like that was as stealthy as I thought it was in
You
my
haven't
head.
hidden yet. Because you have no action left to hide, but you did make your way over there. Next turn, you'd be able to hide. You did just dart through quickly. So that's your turn. Beauregard, you're finished. Caduceus, you're up next.
Okay, fine.
You watch both Jester dart out and then Bo just jump through the window. What are you doing?
I'm going to take my action to disguise self.
Okay.
So I'm going to look like my my kind of lanky farmer drow, which I've been playing with.
Okay.
And I'm going to head in that direction, 30 feet, and see if I can start waving down the rest of the kids.
15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah.
Okay. There's that slight gap between the buildings right there. You can just see it. It's a little under a foot. It's a tight squeeze, especially for someone of your stature. You're thin, you're just tall, so you might be able to try, but you'll have to get over there to try it. So that's your movement, your action.
And there's not a window on the second floor facing that direction?
There is a window there. There's not one facing this way.
So.
Did you say the horse was tired?
Yeah, and then, yeah, actually, yeah, that's where I'm gonna,
Okay, ending Caduceus's turn. So, not. At the top. Turning around in the chamber, the drow is looking at you. Kind of just gives you a look. And why are you skulking around? Interesting.
Is it the drow's turn? My turn?
The drow's turn.
Okay.
I need you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Cool. Not great. 9.
9. This drow's a pretty great fella.
Uh-oh.
And whatever he needs, you're going to take care of. This has been a misunderstanding, and you are at this drow's place. You are charmed.
Cool.
He says, why don't you, go ahead and watch the door and not let anything come through without using one of those little weapons at your side.
Sounds good to me.
Great, thank you for that. And continues to walk down the stairs.
Spell that. Fuck.
Steps to the inside.
Shit.
And heads.
We know.
The,
What's happening? What's happening?
Get your game face.
All right, the hobgoblin walks down the steps past you and just kind of pushes aside, walks down very calmly to where the hobgoblin is, gives a look, and they both begin to walk towards the exit. Now it comes to the hobgoblin's turn. The hobgoblin's just waiting. It's kind of looking up at you, confused, but heard the conversation, and just continues to follow at the front door.
Front door?
Correct, but is following behind the drow. The drow, that's the full extent of where it could travel. So end of their turns. Caleb, you're up.
Okay, I was at the window looking out, so I'm going to try to clumsily crawl through the window and spill out here.
All right, make an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Get out a window?
Yeah. 12.
12. It's a little less cool than Bo's exit. It's more about pull something, get out. It takes you 15 feet of movement to get off of that corner there.
So I want to go 5, 10, 15, so I can see
as far as you can get.
that way.
Yep.
And I crush the catmint flower in my hand and stretch my hand out, and a small translucent cat appears hovering just above the horse and the dragonborn for a split second. Then there is a giant orange claw floating just above them.
Alrighty.
I love the alrighty. Yep, of course there is.
There you go.
Yep.
Big ass claw.
Actually, I would like it to be a little past them, because what it's going to do is, it's going to claw the shit out of the horse.
Okay, so you want it to move down to like
attack the horse, yeah.
Alrighty.
5 feet higher than that, but we can just imagine it.
Sure. 5 feet higher.
Very low roll. That is a spell attack 14.
14 definitely hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
Liam O'Brien, candidate for president, hates animals.
Hates animals. Stop that, Dragonborn. That is. Where is it? It's. Sorry, everybody.
All right,
new
fuck
spell.
those
That's
guys.
48. 48. Here we go. 16, 10, 15, 20.
20. How do you want to do this?
It will just rake down and grab in, and it will into the horse's body and smash it into that garbage pile right in front of the Dragonborn. Yeah.
You hear this.
Not the building, the ground.
As it just crushes and claws into it, the horse goes limp and then is thrown into the corner there.
Oh no.
I feel bad about
the Dragonborn is thrown off of its back and lands prone on the ground next to it. And the Dragonborn's like wide-eyed, was already out of breath, it seems, and now is just trying to take in the circumstances, glances over and sees all of you emerging and kind of swarming into the area and is looking around very frantic and frightened.
One last centimeter of Caleb's humanity just withers away.
Okay. That finishes your go, Caleb?
Yeah.
Not, you're up. Terrible.
Oh, what, me?
You're up, yeah.
Oh, I got nothing to do.
Yeah, you're just going to go and guard that door.
Yeah.
Immigrants.
The front door or the what door?
The upstairs door.
Head on down.
Oh, the front door.
Move this off to
the front
side.
door.
Now these are out of play, technically, since we're down in this space. You have come over to the side, and you are now guarding the entrance for your new friend.
Cool.
You don't get a save against.
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right. So that brings us to Yasha.
I was trying to startle it.
You did hear the horse scream, and you've heard already like the sound of a heavy impact combat on the opposite side of the house.
Okay, do I see Caduceus or Jester running or any of this?
Glancing from where you are, you can just barely see them like darting past. So yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna start making my way out there.
Okay, so you're gonna
just
squeeze
towards
past?
my friends,
10, 15. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So see if it reduces your speed.
Natural 20.
Oh, you run and it's like you hear a faint from the air suction of how quickly you move through it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Is that your movement, right?
Yep.
All right, so that's your movement. You can continue to move forward if you want.
Stress. Since did I see him cast a spell or anything like that, or what did I see? Did I see that we're in battle?
You see both of them like rushing out and kind of looking intense. You see Caleb in the background who had just been doing this.
All right, I would like to rage.
Okay, bonus action. You are raging, and you have your action still.
Okay. I still don't see anything from
Nope.
there.
You see everyone's going towards the front of the building. You see
Yeah.
everyone's attention this way.
I'll just take the rest of my movement.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Are you going through the building or are you staying there?
No, I'm staying because I don't know. I see that the fight is here, so
Okay,
I'll stay there.
So you're just like holding the door
Yeah.
as a guardian?
Yeah.
You got it. That finishes your turn. Now it's the Dragonborn's turn. The Dragonborn's going to get up for half its movement. 15 more feet. It's going to go ahead and run this way. 10, 15. And then it's going to dash and just continue to run another 30 feet this way. So it's about there. It's off the map, but it's maybe 20 feet off the map.
The Dragonborn?
The Dragonborn. It's just like she's running as hard as she can because her horse just got killed by a giant floating ethereal arcane cat claw. That'll make you run and maybe piss yourself a little. That finishes the Dragonborn's turn. Jester, you're up.
Okay. I'm supposed to get the Dragonborn, right?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I'm gonna dimension.
Well, whatever you think is important. Do what you want to do.
I'm gonna run forward.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And do you think they're within 120 feet?
The
Dragonborn?
It's a good chance.
I'm gonna try to guiding bolt them.
The Dragonborn?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Roll for an attack.
No, that was cocked.
No, that wasn't.
It wasn't cocked.
What'd you roll? Was it a natural one?
Yes, it was.
I'm sorry.
Yes, it was, Matthew.
I'm sorry. I didn't know if it was a 7. I couldn't tell. I'm sorry. I feel like such an asshole. I didn't mean to. I'm just quite.
No. Maybe it was a 7 and I just misread it.
So, in running and pulling up your holy symbol and preparing the spell, at this moment you see the horse get crushed and thrown, and it kind of throws you off. And as you release the energy, you're almost looking one direction while the divine power of the traveler thrusts in a different, and unfortunately just goes wide and sparkles in this flash of divine energy in the sky, harmlessly above the dragon. Your bonus action, though. Use your bonus action and blow raspberry. Okay.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to blow raspberry.
Blow raspberry. Got it, Jester. Ford, you're up.
I see Yasha
dart around that way.
I will take the other direction.
Okay. 15, 20, 25, 30. You just make it around the side there with your movement.
And can I see La Dragonborn?
You can, yes. They're about somewhere between 30 to 40 feet from you at a quick glance.
I will send it down. I will fire 2 bolts of Eldritch Blast at it.
Go for it. Roll for 2 attacks.
Okay.
Laura, we gotta get like some sage and
14
curse out of there.
No, you just need more
14
dice.
hits.
Yeah.
14 hits?
Yes.
New dice.
17.
Both hit. Roll damage on each.
You're hitting the dragon.
14 hits? Yeah, the Dragonborn,
It was
right?
the same dice. I didn't put it in a jail.
That's the problem.
That's on you then.
Yeah.
That's on you.
I think our mistakes tonight have been equal.
That's only 6 points on the first one. That's cocked.
Prudent.
9, 15, 14 on the second, so 20 total points of Eldritch Blast damage.
Okay. So as Ford turns the corner, looks over and sees the Dragonborn running, releases 2 Eldritch Blasts. You watch the Dragonborn run. Hole through the chest. Falls.
20 points of damage?
Yep. Falls dead.
Not an important.
They were definitely a messenger.
That was
Just a courier.
They were a scout.
We're scouts.
And they are big old eldritch hole in their sternum from behind falls dead onto the street.
Adios, muchacho.
Okay.
Yep. No.
Did we win?
Oh, it's your turn.
What?
I could just kill myself just touching it.
It's my turn.
Yes, it is.
That was quick. Okay.
I don't know. Yasha, are you going towards the door? Is that what you were doing?
No, I don't know I just saw you guys fighting, so I came out there and then I saw everything. I saw the Dragonborn running, so I'm not going inside because I feel like Matt was probably doing a good job in there. I have no idea what's going on. But I'm guarding the door. I'm holding the door.
Hold the door!
Just waiting. If anything comes out, I'll be ready.
Hold it door.
Okay.
So what are you doing, Bo?
Motor jokes were fun ones.
I'm going to head up by Yasha.
They're always fun.
No, it's not the same now. There's a taint.
Over the wall.
This way?
Over the wall.
Acrobatics check.
I'm gonna get a tattoo.
Athletics. Acrobatics 19.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, so you're right up next to Yasha. What's your movement?
That was 45.
Yeah. Or it's 40 to get up there.
The fuck?
What happened? We were standing back there, and then we saw that there was
I'm gonna open the door.
Okay.
Oh boy, it's on.
So Present open the door, and you see on the interior Knot, who's been holding ready crossbow shot. Go ahead and fire at Yasha.
Oh!
Yasha!
She's raging.
She is raging.
Oh, at Yasha?
Yes.
I mean, it definitely hits. It's like 20.
I don't know. With
28.
your
Can I-
increased bracers that are on
Can I
order.
deflect missiles and try and catch an arrow for Yasha since I'm right next to her?
Roll a dexterity check off against Knot.
Oh, shit.
Both of you guys roll a d20. Add your dexterity modifier.
Ooh.
Ooh.
24.
Oh, definitely not 13.
No, unfortunately, the unexpected firing of this crossbow bolt catches you off guard, and you try and reach just a second too soon as it slips through your grasp. So you can go ahead and roll sneak attack damage as well, because Yasha was unaware that you would be shooting her as soon as the door opened.
Wait a second.
Sneak attack!
I thought that hiding was like, it's a condition. Like if you know that shit's on and there's an attack going on, I just remember the shitty end of this as Vax. Like if your enemy knows that shit is happening.
This isn't about being hidden, this is about being shot by your friend when the door opens.
All right.
There are a few things that's surprising in combat than having one of your allies go.
All right.
I mean, to be fair,
cinematic as hell.
That's surprising out of combat. To be fair,
yeah.
That's
25 points of
25 points of damage, reduced to 12
It's
for
a
you.
good hit. It's a good hit.
Okay.
The door is now open.
where you can do that.
All right, Bo.
Oh yeah.
This is such a clusterfuck. So you pour the door open, and then you see the bolt go right into Yasha's shoulder. I'm looking forward.
Not. That's. I think that's my turn, right?
Sure, you
Do
have
I
a
have
bonus
any-
action.
I have a bonus action. I guess I can attack with my bonus action, right?
You have nothing in your melee with. You can throw some, but right now the door's kind of in your way, so you can. But they'll have partial cover because you're having to throw around the door.
Or the gauntlet.
To attack.
You can bonus
To
action
attack
dash.
To attack not. Yeah,
Attack not or anybody else in the room.
I'm gonna just get through the threshold.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my movement to get in there.
There.
Yeah, and kind of step out of the way to not block the door for Yasha, but be by the door.
Okay, that finishes your turn.
Yeah.
Caduceus, you're up.
Okay, I believe I can cast spells when I'm using Hidden Step, right? Hidden Step, as bonus action, turn invisible until the start of your next turn. You attack, deal damage, or force a saving throw once per short rest.
Yeah, you can cast while you're doing it. It's one of the few cases of invisibility.
So, and that window is right there, if I recall. That window is a window.
What, right here?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
And it's open?
It is not open. It is glass.
It's glass.
Yes.
Can I cast through glass?
If you can see something through it, depends. If it's an effect that happens and you can see the spot, yes. If it's something that has to travel, it has to break the glass to get through.
Cool. All right. I'm going to turn invisible. I'm going to
Okay.
walk up to that to the glass. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Alrighty.
30.
Yep. You're right up to the window there.
How many enemies do I see in there?
You see Bo. You see Nut. You see the cloaked drow figure that entered. The hobgoblin. You see Maruo, the goblin that owns the establishment. Those are.
I'm going to cast Bane on the 3 that I know are problems.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
When you do that, doozy.
Bang.
Split up your fucking initiative because I want to pay.
So on
all 3 of them.
All 3, including Maruo.
Including Maruo.
All right.
I know she's.
Maruo has now ducked below the counter.
Wait, did Maruo duck below the counter?
Maruo, as all this has just happened, and then you cast it, feels the effect hit, and then ducks below the counter.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. That finishes your turn.
They get to make charisma saving throws, though.
They do.
Slow down.
Maruo fails. The hobgoblin fails.
Ooh, come on now.
Drow fails. Well, yeah, all 3 have been.
Oh, your punishment you got me more severe.
Yeah, that's my whole kit and caboodle.
All
and
right.
I'm invisible till the start of my next turn.
Why does
So-
everything Bane says start with?
You need a can of Pringles to do it correctly.
The drow steps over, kind of is walking forward with the hobgoblin right behind them as all this happens. Sees like Caduceus in the window, looks over as
I'm invisible.
You're invisible. Sees you walk in, and just kind of gives an amused glance, looks past and looks at Yasha and goes, "Orphan Maker."
Oh, backstory.
Shit.
Lord up. Backstory. Lord up.
This is the drow. Who? That's the
The drow.
I
You do not recognize this person.
Who just said that? Because I just got real. Everything went.
The drows. And turns to you, Not, and says, just take care of her for me. Winks at you and reaches back and grabs the hobgoblin.
Oh no.
No.
You watch them both.
Wait, use a spell, use a spell.
You can't use it as a reaction.
I can now.
What?
Dispel magic.
Dispel magic is an action, not a reaction.
No, there's no reaction.
Counterspell is what you need, and he's too far away, unfortunately.
Can I see them through a window?
You from where you are, you can see them through a window, and you watch them just.
I will cast Counterspell.
Do you have Counterspell?
I do.
Oh shit! Motherfucker!
Roll a perception check.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know if I can see him. I don't know if I can
Roll
see
a
him.
perception check. This is pretty.
Come on! Come on.
16.
Come on, come on.
Okay, go ahead and roll a.
They're valuable spells.
I know. Go ahead and roll and add your. Hold on, let me check on the.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Does he have you?
No, he has a hobgoblin.
Okay, roll and add your spell ability modifier.
Where is that, Caleb? Where is that shit? Oh, it's just my charisma.
It's right there. Those three numbers
So
at the top.
+5. Okay.
Come on, fucker.
20.
Yes.
20. All right.
Come on.
If do they roll against it or?
I don't know. We all
Best spell in D&D. Yes. How did you get that?
I took it.
So that works.
Clutch. It's best spell.
It's a 5th level.
Oh my god.
I never turn it off, ever.
Okay.
Ever.
Of course not.
Why would you? Yeah, it's always on.
As that happens, and the spell kind of peters out, looks back at the window. Interesting. And is going to go ahead and turn back to walk towards the back of the chamber.
Okay. Look at all the cool
And
stuff
pushes
in
through
there.
the door into this room.
Is that where the stuff was?
That's the
Bag of residuum?
Yeah, that was the room you guys had flipped through before. The hobgoblin is going to go ahead and hold the space here. And kind of move up to front of where you are, Bo. And is going to go ahead and take 3 attacks against you with his greatsword as he unsheathes it.
Ooh, he's got a great sword.
That is
If you can get to me.
23 to hit.
What's your
Hits.
20 to hit.
What's your
Hits.
13 to hit.
Miss.
So
High this time.
counterspell. Fucking. Oh, this means I'm gonna have to throw some guys with counterspell in here too now. 'Cause we got 2 people with it.
I forgot about
I can't wait.
I forgot about it when Caleb threw that fireball at us, and I was like, it's sitting right here.
So many things we all forgot in that fight.
Yeah.
I never forget anything.
So that's going to be
Not names, details, story points, spells.
18 points of slashing damage on the first hit.
Oh, you're taking your negative D4 to all those hits, right?
Oh.
Not damage to it.
No, I mean to the attacks. You took a negative D4.
There have been 19 still hits.
No, it doesn't. My
Okay.
AC's 20. So yeah, one of them
So, yeah,
misses.
so one of them misses.
Wait, you rolled a 23,
23 and
a 20,
and 20. So the second one misses. Well, the
Okay.
second one,
unless
Yeah,
you
it
roll a
misses.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, so that worked out well.
So
But you can
just
still take the
18?
first attack, yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, that finishes his go. Finishing their turn. Caleb, you're up.
Okay, can I see in that window at all? Would that have caught
No,
my attention?
that window is
It's
closed.
sealed?
yeah.
Okay, good.
Both windows on both sides are shut.
So as I walk this way, I send, as a bonus action, I send Cat's Eye towards the Dragonborn to grab it.
All right.
And I go 5, 10, 15, 20.
How far can you move it?
60 feet.
60 feet? So yeah, it moves right over and
25.
reaches down and scoops up
30.
the body.
Now looking through the door, I can see what, the hobgoblin and the goblin?
You can see the hobgoblin, that's all you can see.
Just the hobgoblin?
Yeah.
Well, the hobgoblin's getting shot up with magic missile, so I'm going to cast that at 3rd level.
Alrighty.
D4. 34, 44, 54. Wanted to do the drow, but the drow has left the room. 3, 2 is 5, 8, 12, 13. 13 plus 1, 2, 3, 30, 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage to the hobgoblin. You got it. Alrighty.
Done. Out of juice.
Finishes Caleb's go? Not. You're going to go ahead and take a shot at Beauregard.
He said Yasha, I thought.
Oh yeah, no, he did point to Yasha, so you're taking a shot at Yasha.
That's the same thing, 20-something.
Yeah, that is.
You do not have sneak attack on this, however, because there's not an ally next to it.
That's, that's 12 points.
Okay.
So reduced to 6. All right. And
do I do anything else, or that's it?
No, I mean The rest is up to you, but consider right now you are fighting against them, so tactically you make the choices you would make to fight against
Bonus
them.
action, shoot again.
Fire again at Yasha.
That's 27.
Go ahead and roll another.
Bring it.
Another 9 points of damage.
Reduced to 4.
Okay.
So it's like there's just like bolts sticking out of parts of the torso.
Yes.
Just angry in the door. You can like 1, you're raging. 2, the pain's there. 3, that term used.
Oh, that was
the whole world
trigger.
is just. All right, that finishes your turn now. Are you gonna move? Stay put?
White cold she does. No, I wouldn't move.
Okay, you stay right there. That brings us to Yasha, your turn.
Okay.
Fuck shit up.
Kill that goblin. Not.
Okay.
I never liked you, Yasha!
I would like to reach out and palm Knott's head in my hand.
Okay.
And I would like to try to rip the crossbow out of her hands.
Okay, so make an attack.
Okay.
This is a grapple check, so go ahead and roll. So this would be in. That's where I need my. Well, it's gotta check real fast just to be sure.
Yeah.
The combat scenario. So for the grapple. There we go. So. Yeah, you make an athletics check instead of an attack roll.
Right.
And you have advantage on your athletics check.
Okay.
Because you are raging.
The other one. 17.
17, make an acrobatics check.
Definitely. Especially my surgery.
24.
Being up against Knot is frustrating because she's super slippery and very quick and you just can't seem to grab her. You can try with your second attack if you want.
Yeah, I'll try again.
Okay,
Second attack.
so another athletics check with advantage.
Okay, come on. Okay, 17 again.
Acrobatics.
15.
15. You pull her. You can't pull the weapon away after that next turn, but you currently have not grappled. Knot cannot move. Your speed is 0. It's holding Knot in place through the door.
Can I move?
Hate you! Get off of me!
Can I
I would
move
say-
in the room or
Currently, as you're holding, you can move in the room. You can, unfortunately, you can't because if you let go of
I'll
Knot,
just
you
stay.
can.
I'll just
Otherwise,
stay.
you're
I'll
just
just
right
stay.
there. Okay.
I don't want to hurt her because I know I'm gonna hurt her again if she.
That finishes Yasha's go. Jester, you're up.
Can I see that Yasha's being attacked by Knot?
What you see is Yasha with 3 crossbow bolts in her chest and currently holding on to a scrambling Knot.
Okay. Okay. I'm
I'll
going
steal
to.
your stuff.
like a claw machine.
I hate your chin tattoo. Kitty litter. I always have.
I'm gonna look at Knot and know I've seen this kind of thing before with Caleb, and I'm gonna reach out and cast Dispel Magic on Knot.
Dispel magic on Knot.
I don't know if that'll. I have no idea.
I can affect any magical effect.
I mean,
Choose one creature or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends.
Seems pretty cut and dried.
you have to roll if it's higher.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'll say go ahead and just roll a d20 and add your wisdom modifier.
Why? 18?
18?
Wisdom modifier.
Not your eyes clear, and the influence from this entity
It was 14.
seems
It
to
was
have.
not my modifier. I did my saving throw.
Oh, got you. 14 is still enough.
Okay.
Barely. So you now have control of your honest.
Yasha.
Stop fucking hitting me.
So that's your action. You still have your movement.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna run over so I can see in the room maybe better.
This way?
Yeah.
25 there, you can see inside the room.
Yeah.
All right, that ends your turn, Jester. Forward, you're up.
I will. I saw them, and there's a bunch of people in there.
Yeah, they're all rushing.
They're doing shit. How far away from me is the dragonborn body and the giant flaming orange?
It's about 50 feet from you.
Shit.
About there.
Yeah, I was gonna come over and give it a little authority, though.
It's up to
Can you
you.
go through the window? Get in there.
Are there people on the street?
There are some. Yeah, it's a morning. See, now that you've looked around to notice, yes, there are people who have stopped and turned because a horse got murdered in the street, and there's been spells flinging and shouts and yelling, and there are people marching to the front of the apothecary and starting a fight. There is definitely a spectacle.
I still look like a very rich drow.
Correct.
So I'm going to pull out the symbol of the Bright Queen, and I'm going to run towards the cat's paw, and I'm going to say, "Business of the Bright Queen, clear the streets."
All right, make a deception check, please.
Okay. Ugh, 11.
11. Okay. You didn't biff it, but you have people's attention. You're not sure if they believe you yet. You may have to continue to push this to try and sway them. But that's going to be your movement and your action to do so.
Yep.
All right, that finishes Ford's go. Bo, you're up.
Okay. Not's good. Going all in on this bugbear. That's who's in front of me, right?
Hobgoblin, yes.
Hobgoblin going all in on this hobgoblin.
Go for it.
Hobgoblin. People in the streets. Okay. First, I'm gonna do both my attacks at the same time. But wow, cool. One's a natural one. The other's 23 though.
23 does.
That means number one.
So the first time you reach out, you actually end up punching it right in the middle of the plate armor that it's wearing, and you pull your fist back, and then punch with the other hand and make him.
Okay, that's good. That's 11.
11 points of damage. Great.
Stunning strike.
Alrighty. It's a natural 1. He's going to use Indomitable to re-roll the saving throw.
It also has to the D4 on the saving throw.
That's right, yeah.
I will continue.
That's going to be with 22 minus 4, 18. Does that beat it?
I think it. Yes. It is.
It rolled. It was a 22, and then I rolled a 4 in the D4, so brought it down to 18.
18's high.
This guy's pretty tough. He's got a high constitution. Yeah. Anyway, so that's your second strike. You have a bonus action still. He's a piece of big, beefy hobgoblin.
Right.
In plate mail.
Flurry of blows.
With a great sword. Go for it. 2 more strikes.
Pop. Jesus Christ. 20 for one and 13 for the other.
13 misses, 20 does hit though. Roll damage on that other strike.
Piece of shit. Fucking piece of 7. Shit.
7 points of damage.
Balls.
Alrighty. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Alright. Bo finishes her go. That brings us to Caduceus, who has now appeared at the window.
So is that window to my right open? And
this is closed. It is shuttered.
It is a shuttered window.
It is 2 wooden shutters that are closed.
We don't want that hole to be there. Okay, really quick, just to see. That is the bit. The way things are going. I'm going to cast. I can't do Sacred Flame through the window, can I?
You can
hit the window.
Sacred Flame doesn't fire to them; it just operates on them.
I'm gonna do a Sacred Flame on the bugbear on the inside.
On the hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin. Sorry, I'm still on bugbear.
That's a natural 19 plus
Dex save.
Dex save that make it a 21.
With the D4.
Ooh, thank you for reminding me.
It's still gonna be too high.
Minus 1 to 20.
Yeah, never mind.
So, sorry.
So it just. Yeah, it's just nothing happens.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to just back a few feet. Just a
5, 10.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to stay at the window and just kind of keep my eye open on things for now.
Okay. Cool. Finishes Caduceus's go. It is now the hobgoblin's turn. The hobgoblin is going to go ahead and.
No, Siri.
Siri, no, it's not your turn.
No, Siri.
Shush. It's going to go ahead and make. It's going to go all strikes on you because you're the one who's attacking it up front. It hasn't quite. It's barely noticed that Not's no longer an issue, but you're the one who's now punching and going for marks, and Yeah, he just wants to finish you off. So first attack. 6 minutes. 24.
Yeah, is that with the minus D4?
Yes, I'm rolling together.
Yep.
Next attack is what's it called? Natural 1.
Okay.
That, however, is going to be a 25. So 2 hit you.
Stupid fucker, stupid.
18 points of slashing damage. 20 points of slashing damage. And with the second strike, the blade carves through the front of your chest, and there's a splatter of blood as the blade kind of carves up through past your neck and just barely misses a vital vein. And it's enough water splattered the back of the wall to the side.
Big sword, tight quarters. Big sword.
People on the street, big sword, tight quarters.
That finishes its turn. Caleb, you're up.
Okay, so I come striding in a straight line 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 towards the straight line behind Jester, and I also heard that voice calling out about the Order of the Bright Queen, so I'm smart enough to figure out what that is. I try to subtly draw in Cat's ire, and the claw carries the Dragonborn body and hovers by this drow's side as if the drow had summoned it. Right by his side, and magic missile 3rd level again through the door at the same target. Okay, so that is that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 8. Ooh! Oh, they were all 4s. All of them.
That's beautiful.
So that's 5 was 20 plus 25.
25.
And they just spiral around Jester and Yasha.
Like past the arms, through the legs, hitting the armor. You watch the plate dent with each impact. There's all these like giant, heavy pock marks where they've blasted into it. You can see the kind of the force causing it to almost push into elements of his chest. And the hobgoblin's like looks at you through the door and is like. That finish your turn?
Yes, it does.
Alrighty. That brings us to Not.
I'm going to run past the hobgoblin and dart into
I assume
the
you drop your
side
grapple?
room.
Yes.
Okay. So you're gonna dart past the hobgoblin?
Yeah, and into the side room.
Okay.
Eyes on that piece of shit.
So you step into the room.
She's gone.
The chamber is empty, and the back slats on the window are open.
I'm gonna dash through it.
Okay. So that's 15, 20. Did you do a
disengage?
Disengage?
No.
All right.
No, I need that to run.
That'll be
-4.
-4. Just roll a 4. 17.
18.
Yeah!
Just slams into the wood behind you, splintering elements of the floor. All right, so it's 35. So that's your movement. 35 there.
Dash.
Dash out. You leap out into the middle of the hall, in the back alley. You don't see anything.
That's action and no, that's movement and bonus.
Movement and bonus. You still have an action.
So who can find it? I will message Jester. Wait, who can find things? People. Jester can. I will message Jester. I need you in the back. I need you in the back alley right now.
Okay.
That's it.
That finishes your turn, not Yasha. You're up.
Am I allowed to reply? I don't know.
Yes, you
if
can
I-
reply. You can reply to this message.
Yeah, that's it.
And you did.
Am I allowed to reply?
How far is it to that back window? If I were
Back
to just keep going?
this way?
Yeah.
You're not sure. You'd have to run to try and find out.
Okay.
You aren't even aware there's a back window right now. You just know there's a back
Okay,
room.
I'm just gonna go up and I'm gonna attack this hobgoblin.
All right. So you move into this like cluttered room. It's hard with this giant greatsword. You kind of have to push off the wall and, with your best ability, strike it with the Magician's Judge.
19.
19 hits.
Okay. That is 13 points for the first hit.
That was with the additional d6, right?
No, it was not.
Since your first attack was against the additional d6 and the
6.
Yep.
We only have one move.
With an additional 6.
All right, so 19 damage on
points
the
of
first
damage.
strike.
More than
Second hit.
50 feet away.
11.
11 misses. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Don't forget you can go reckless if you want to, just for future rounds.
Yep.
Don't forget. you
Might
have
as well,
that.
because I'm going to get hit anyway.
Well, yeah.
Next time.
Next time. All right, so the first strike impacts. It's now like you and Beauregard kind of gathered in this space, and you see him kind of looking over his shoulder back towards where his companion ran off to.
Am I able to
as
get to
Nott
a
runs
point in
past.
the... I'm sorry. So we're flanking?
Yeah, you can move around.
So I can-
I'll say for movement to get
Yeah.
about there.
Still keeping my eye on the back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not leaving combat range.
Yeah.
You got it. Technically, if you were flanking before, that would have gotten back up to. That's
Yeah.
both
That's
of
okay.
our
I didn't
faults.
say
We're
that
fine. We're
before.
fine. All right, so that finishes your go, Yasha. Jester.
Okay, I'm gonna run around the side.
This way.
No, like whichever.
15, 20, 25, 30.
Double dash it.
30. You just get to the back, and you can see Nott currently standing there in the middle of the back alley going,
Where'd they go?
I don't know. You go that way. I'll go this way.
Wait, I can locate object. That's all I can do for this turn, though, right?
yeah, that's all you can do.
There's an additional 4 points, because I forgot to add for Divine Fury.
Yes, don't forget that. All right. Slick, so 24 points damage on that square. Opening attack. All right, that finishes Jester's go. Ford, you're up.
Yeah.
You can see now folks are starting to gather, and you can see in the back, it looks like someone has ran off and gotten the attention of 2 Aurora's Watch. Aurora Watch soldiers that are kind of like looking over it and discussing. So what are you doing?
Everyone, please return to your homes. It's safer there. Clear the streets, please. And I'll just keep walking, showing the symbol and backing up into the passageway between the 2 buildings.
Right. Perception check.
Perception or deception?
Deception.
Deception. 28.
28.
Hey.
That's way better.
All the figures in the immediate vicinity kind of like they're going to shuffle and go back to their business and start. When they do the Aurora's Watch soldiers are still walking this way, but they're a ways off. They'll get there and like get here in 2 rounds.
Okay.
They don't seem rushed, especially with you shouting, but they're definitely curious.
Okay.
But you get to move back, and you get all the way into the corner of here, and that's your turn.
Okay.
All right, but you've definitely seeming to gotten rid of a lot of the immediate attention and curiosity about this throwdown.
To normal in case anybody else is coming.
All right, Beauregard.
Okay, I saw Nott take off that way, so I'm gonna go look for this guy, assuming he's in here. So I'm gonna run past and go through the window as well into the other room.
Okay.
You should still take care of the hobgoblin, though.
40.
Yeah, Yasha's
You're,
there.
you're at the window with 40 feet. You can try and go through.
Go through.
All right. Acrobatics check if you want to try and not lose any movement.
It's a natural 19.
Yeah,
so
no worries. You
28.
just kind of like one hand vault off and land on the ground. So that's your movement. You still have your action bonus still.
Hi.
What's going on? Where is he?
He ran away.
Oh! I'm gonna go the opposite direction that Nott went. I'm gonna dash.
All right, and then dash as well. All step at the window or just dash?
Dash, and then do I see anything back where I am?
Are you bonus action dashing or are you using an action?
Just
to
bonus
search?
action dashing for now.
All right, so you're spending a key point to step at the wind to get over there.
Yes.
Okay, and then you're using action. Go ahead and roll perception check. As you're now taking your action to like actively perceive any sign of anything that might catch your eye.
6.
Unfortunately, with the adrenaline pumping in your head and the chaos that happened in there, and honestly being in the dark interior for a second, then coming out here and kind of having to adjust to the space back here, which you've only been once before. You're not really seeing anything that's catching your attention. Sorry. Caduceus, you're up.
He's still inside that fucking room?
Possibly.
Invisible?
I'm going to use my action to use. No, I'm gonna do another Sacred Flame attack for now, keeping it pretty basic.
Okay. Does not make it with a 4 minus 2, so 2.
Yay! So that's a 2d8. Oh, that's nice. That's it's 14 points of radiant damage.
14 points of radiant damage. Kind of bursts up across it. The flames curl around the armor and up the face, kind of singeing some of the fur on the corners, the beard on the edges of the red skin of this hobgoblin. Tough fucker. You gonna stay put, or are you gonna move?
I'm gonna stay there.
Okay, that finishes your go. It's now his turn. He's gonna turn around since Bo has gotten out of his grasp. Angrily look at you. Let's finish this. And that's gonna make all 3 attacks on you.
Okay.
Oh boy. Minus the 1d4. That's gonna be 25 to hit. He's rolling natural 18. 26 to hit. And 18. All 3 hits.
No problem. We gotta give him extra luck.
All right.
Yeah.
16 points of slashing damage, reduced to 8.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, good roll for him. 15 points of slashing damage, reduced to 7.
Okay.
And his bonus action, he's gonna use his second wind to heal up a little
going
bit.
for it.
So after
He's healing himself.
so he hits you. Wait, was that was
he
2
healing
attacks? I had 3 attacks.
Yeah.
In the middle. Oh, there we go. That's better. 21 points slashing damage, reduced to 10. And then once he finishes, wham, and like sending you back, you're like having to move heavily onto your back foot as you're trying to deflect it with the Magician's Judge. These 2 greatswords striking and sparking in this dark interior, lighting up the room with each impact. And with each strike slamming into your shoulder, across the face, and one finally hitting you right in the middle of your trap. Oh, yeah, trap, thank you. Right there, it cuts in deep, and you fall to one knee and look up on him as he draws the blade across to cut even deeper, and you're like, ah! But the anger still popping in you, and as you do so, he goes, and just prepares himself, kind of grinning now, like he's starting to feel the adrenaline really hit too.
Fun.
That finishes his go. Caleb, you're up.
Okay, so I am striding towards the door, and as I get about this far, I tell Cat's Eye to lift that Dragonborn, hug the building, and go dump it in the back. And by the time I get to the door, I should be able to walk in the door. I'm going to unload magic missile into the back of this bugbear again at a 4th level. Hobgoblin, sure.
No, all right.
My
So Jester,
enemy.
as you're standing there, all of a sudden, the body of the Dragonborn just splats on the ground in front of you. You hear a few bones snap, and the legs kind of bent backwards now.
We're gonna talk to that motherfucker afterwards.
26 points from magic missile, level 4, into its back. 4th level. And I step.
Does
I
that
should be
healing
able to
and then
step
some.
in.
And you step in?
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
so.
Close the door behind you as you go.
That would be an action, wouldn't it? If I can, then close it. Well, no, Caduceus is outside, and I saw him there.
Yeah.
Right? So no.
Okay. Yeah, like closing a door is like use an object, which you can do as like, or like it's not use an object. That's just like a. You can do that as part of your.
That's a gimme.
Movement. Yeah, unless it's locked. If it's locked,
But if
you
I
have
saw
to. It's an action
Caduceus
to unlock.
out there, I wouldn't have shut it. So.
Okay, you're good. That finishes your turn, Caleb?
Yeah.
All right, so as you just unload this blast of additional arcane missiles that all just, they didn't even need to arc much. This was a point blank almost, just release, and they just blast them in the center. You can see the armor is now the circle where they all blasted. The back of the plate kind of like hangs open a little bit. You've almost destroyed the back of his main chest armor.
Still standing?
Still standing,
Caleb
yeah.
with his own hand is like, son of a fuck.
Alrighty.
3 I unloaded into him.
Damn.
Not.
I'm gonna go the opposite way of Bo.
Keep going.
Guess bonus action dash and then action to perceive.
Perception check.
Hey, better. 14.
14. You look around. You hear like the wind blowing through. A small pebble rolling. Nothing.
Oh, what? Okay.
All right.
Possible.
So that finishes your turn. Not Yasha. You're up.
Okay. Okay.
You moved into the chamber and you're out. You're like Caleb. You're like right up against. this guy. Yeah.
I know.
Just so you know.
I thought that would do it, but
We're flanking.
that was the game.
You are flanking currently. Yes.
Okay.
That was the game.
That means we have advantage.
Yes, you do.
Okay. All right. Here I go. I'm going to attack. Oh, natural 20.
That'll do.
Okay. So that is. Ugh. Savage attack. I'm gonna re-roll these. So that's 4, 5, 7. So 13, or that's a little better. 8, 9, 16 for the first hit. So double that.
That's yeah.
Oh, was it before you added your modifier? What was the damage before you added your?
Oh, before the sorry.
Before the
9.
So 18 plus whatever your rage and strength is.
Plus whatever my rage and strength is. Yeah, that's plus 7. Right? Yeah.
Right. So the total would be 18 plus 7. Yeah.
Oof. That's rough.
Okay. So that's the first strike. Second attack.
Second attack. Yeah. Okay. 24.
24 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
No brutal critical for you, right? 2 rounds.
Okay. Actually, you should at this level. I think you got that at level 9.
You don't
Means you get to roll an additional d6 in damage, I believe.
Really?
It's one of the. It's with the ability you just got this last level, I think.
As you move up.
Brutal critical 9th level. Yeah, so you roll an additional d6.
Got and then double that.
Should I have done that for the last one too?
You just add it. You don't double it.
Only for the critical.
Only for the critical.
Yes. Yeah, so one more d6 of damage.
Okay. An additional 4.
Alrighty, you got it.
Is that doubled or is that just?
No, it's just an addition to it. So
you get 2 and then 3.
Second hit.
Second hit. The first one strikes, and after the blow you took to the shoulder, you reach up, and the blade jams. You actually jam it up into his stomach and sternum. It cuts through the armor and goes a few inches into the torso. It's like,
can I keep it there?
Yeah, and then you just push in harder for the next hit.
13.
13. All right. Ooh. So you push in a few more inches. He spits blood down his chin, down the front of the armor, across the blade. He's looking really bad.
Come on.
He was such a heavy hitter.
Okay. Didn't move. I attacked. Do I get a bonus action? No, that was.
You don't have much to spend on that right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna see if I could just.
But as you're pushing the blade in, he's like, Orphan Maker. I've heard of you. So,
blade on bone.
Jester, you're up.
Okay. Oh, this is stupid. I'm gonna cast fucking locate object again. But this time I'm not gonna do it on the book. I'm gonna do it on that scarf that I saw the drow wearing when they walked in the door.
Okay. You go ahead and take on the persona of the drow that walked in.
No.
Locate.
Locate. I'm sorry. I
locate
misunderstood.
object. I'm trying to locate, yeah.
Although we might do that later.
Yes.
Where did I leave that scarf?
Locate scarf. I cast locate scarf.
Locate net where?
If I saw it up close within 30 feet.
Wait, what level is this?
This is the second level.
Oh, locate object.
Yes. If I saw it within 30 feet, I can find it exactly. But I wasn't within 30 feet.
Correct.
So I can find the nearest thing like it that I saw.
Strangely, it picks up nothing.
Because it wasn't real.
It was a fucking disguise.
Or he's just fucking way out.
Yeah.
It's a disguise. Or he bamfed.
So that's your action.
Yeah. Because you can. How far out is that?
I'm gonna go in the
1,000 feet. Yeah.
We still have the fabric swatch, but scrying takes a minute, right?
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes. I'm gonna go back in the building, and I'm gonna go through the window that's open.
Okay.
I was like,
You climb back through, and with the last bit of movement, you get inside the storage room back there.
Yeah.
Okay. That finishes your go, Jester. Ford, you're up.
I will. How far away are the two Aurora?
Aurora Watch, which are the kind of the main guard and military of the Korean dynasty. They're about 100 feet from you this direction.
Okay. I will calmly start walking towards them.
Okay.
With a very low hand at my side, gesturing them to come forward, but in a sly as manner as I can. Like I'm trying to keep a low profile
right.
to anyone else that might not be watching besides them.
Okay.
And I will wait till they reach me to interact with them. Can I hold my speech? My talk?
I'll say sure. As an action, if they approach close enough, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay. That finishes your go forward at the top of the round. Bo, you're up.
I wander back.
Okay.
And as I walk back, I want to like look for any stray movement, any sounds, any footprints in dirt that might be walking by, signs of any invisible person that might be wandering.
Okay. Make a perception check. Actually, no. This would be tracks. This would be survival.
Survival. No investigation. Bullshit. 9.
All right, you spend your round looking around. I mean, there's plenty of footfalls everywhere. There's foot traffic through here, a lot of all different sizes. You're unable to really ascertain whatever is the most fresh and seems to be.
I mean, like, I'm looking for like movement of an invisible person potentially.
Oh, that would be perception. So whatever that roll was, consider that your perception roll.
Same garbage.
So yeah, unfortunately, nothing. All right, that finishes Bo's go. Caduceus.
I'm going to, this has gone on long. I'm going to do one more shot just to see if I can knock this guy in his butt. So, one more Sacred Flame.
All right. Ooh, natural 18 plus 20 minus 4, 16?
Yep, that hits.
Alrighty.
Here we go.
Your DC 17?
DC 17.
Yeah.
And that's...
Bane came through again!
Come on, man. Fuck.
Oh, wow. That's rough. So that's 18 points of radiant damage.
How do you want to do this?
I'm just getting a little tired of all this. I see it's kind of going.
The last thing you see is Yasha with her, like Magician's Judge partway into the torso of this hobgoblin, and then the last thing you hear, like kind of through the glass, she's like, "You're a legend,"
and on fire.
And just as he burns like there's the moment of pain, and just looks you in the eyes and grins as it begins to smolder and fall through his knees.
What the?
Sleep.
Snap his neck onto the ground. Pull the blade out.
Oh, did you just kill? I'm gonna run in immediately. We need it. We need it.
He's very dead.
God damn it.
We got a goblin, all right?
Huh?
I'm not gonna know anything.
Done?
Yeah, but we have the
Moro might have escaped
and we have
in
the
all of
Dragonborn
this.
and we have the Hobgoblin.
So,
Talk to Dead's weird.
So at this moment,
is it?
It's quiet in the room. There's now like the smell of burned hair and flesh. The hobgoblin is dead, charred on the ground, blood scattered on the wood.
I crawl back into the window.
Can I try and...
If you have a Revivify.
Man.
We can talk to the dead body.
We can talk to the dead body.
There's things you can... Talk to the dead is only so helpful.
Right, they don't have to tell you the truth.
No.
So anyway, you guys enter back into the building, climb through, look inside.
Should we move the dead scout in the back?
The Dragonborn?
Yeah, we should move it inside.
Well, that's what the
That's so expensive.
carried it to the back so it could dump it through a window or...
Yeah, let's get it through the window.
Yeah,
at
well,
least.
The cat's
pull it through the
pulls
window.
over.
Right, helps get it through and then
Right, so Caleb, you come to the front, look through the window, and help guide it over.
Yeah.
Bring it inside. The body just it looks rough.
Damn it.
I immediately go into the corner of this room,
Okay.
sit down, and start scrying.
Okay. So.
I pat down the Dragonborn and start looking for anything.
Okay. Well, while you guys are doing this,
I can tell there's no saving this.
Outside of a Revivify, yeah. But between the blade through the chest, the sacred flame, which unless you intend to be non-lethal,
I did intend to be non-lethal, but
at the point that he was falling unconscious,
I know. I'm gonna go behind the counter, very gently.
Mauro is right there clutching a crossbow. He's like,
I'm gonna do detect magic really quickly.
Yeah, it's in the same corner.
It's in the same corner. It's a wand, right? If I recall.
No, it's just a magical aura.
I'm gonna go poke that thing.
Fucking bugbear.
Okay, you poke and you feel a body there, and a hand goes and grabs this.
Hey.
Hey.
This doesn't have to go down badly if you don't want it to.
We don't want any part of this.
I'm cool with that. Do you mind dropping the invisibility? I'm saying this out loud. Let's all just kind of cool our jets for a second.
Morrow kind of like fiddles with something, and you watch the bugbear appear. It's kind of a big muscular one.
Everyone's a little on edge, and this definitely didn't go the way we wanted. Best to sit down and just chill out for a
I can do that.
Yeah, I know. You're fine. You're fine.
Shut the doors.
Okay. While all this is happening, the two guards approach you.
Right.
What is the business here? We've been called over. There was.
Keep your voice down.
Who are you?
By the light of the Luxon, whatever you do, keep a calm demeanor. There is a covert ambush operation being carried out here by order of the Bright Queen. I need you to return to what you were doing. If you need to stay near, hide yourselves. Act natural. That fellow that got away almost ruined this entire thing. Please, you do not want to ruin this.
Make a deception check.
18.
18? They both come into the... Right, apologies. Good luck. And they both just turn around and
May the
walk
light
back.
be with you.
Might be with you. Maybe the opposite way. Having a face man fucking saves so much trouble!
I'll go back in and shut the door behind me.
Locate creature if it's even possible.
Sure, you want to locate creature?
Yeah. The face.
Our friend who got away.
Creature, 4th level. Okay. So you're sitting down to cast Scry. Sure. Okay,
there
it
still
is.
could be something
You do sense it. It is towards the north, and it is moving. It is a ways away. You don't know the direction. You don't know how far it is or where they are. You just know the general direction of where they are.
They're moving north.
Who? The person we were targeting?
Yep, right now.
Like, how many feet?
Don't know.
You don't know. Just the direction.
Moving
Can I
north.
pat down what's left of this hobgoblin's body to see if I can find anything on him?
Yeah, make an investigation.
Mr. Caleb, maybe do we want to send a creature, a flying creature,
11.
maybe?
11. Okay. The armor's ruined. The plate is largely destroyed. You do pull off about 365 gold pieces.
Okay.
12 silver.
Moving.
The blade is nice.
Say again?
The great sword that he had is a fairly nice weapon. It looks well made. Yeah.
Did I find anything on the Dragonborn?
Um,
Correspondence, papers.
And actually, that's a valid point too, because you would have also felt a magical essence when you cast detect magic over in the chamber near where your friends were.
Oh, yeah. I'll let everyone know. You should check it out. I'm getting a vibe from that room over there.
The one that I'm scrying in?
No, the one that Yasha was, specifically the great sword.
Oh.
Great sword is magical.
So,
careful with
what are we doing?
Dragonborn.
Right. Roll an investigation check.
Moving north.
What the fuck?
I get an hour of that, right?
9.
You do. Concentration for 9. Okay. On the drawing board, you find the gold of coin, the pouch of coins that was given to her by this figure upstairs. So you grab that. That one is 50 platinum.
Fuck. Okay.
If you know that this creature is nearby, we should go look for it.
Has it been 10 minutes?
If you want to wait, we can wait until 10 minutes go by.
I'm just scrying. I'm trying to scry. It takes 10 minutes to scry. On the blonde guy.
The blonde guy. But what
blonde
about
guy.
the one who was here, the drow?
In the interim, I would have.
Okay.
He's got locate creature on that one.
I know. Let's go get him.
The blonde guy does not make a save.
Got us there.
He does not make a save.
So, as you're concentrating and focusing, your vision carries in once more, and for a brief second, you see the hooded face, the smile, the lower half of the traveler's grin look at you and...
Help me.
I will. Turns your head this way, and as your head kind of swivels, there's a blur, and suddenly you're inside the chamber where you first saw him. The room where he was taking notes. and is back to in the process of looking through the same book and is making more notes in the margins and researching.
Maybe he's not the one meeting.
Or if the meeting is later.
He was meeting the guy that we scared off. Or
He's in the Empire right now.
Do I see anything that he's writing?
Make a perception
Wait, do we know that for sure?
Come on.
it's two different areas.
Oh.
Do shit.
23.
23.
Helps. Remember last time we could barely see anything in writing.
Do you understand Celestial as a language?
No.
Then you cannot understand anything that he's writing.
Celestial.
Anybody got Celestial in their real
She's an
life?
artist. Maybe she could copy a letter or two.
Yeah, if you can write what you saw.
That's hard to fake.
tough.
It's hard to fake.
Like
a
trying
language.
to copy Russian.
I'll try to remember symbols. That's all I
Try
can
to
do.
remember. Try to write it down.
All right. While you're focusing on it, like just kind of concentrating on the direction is moving slightly and shifting.
They are moving still. They are still in movement.
Gone.
And they're out of range.
What's the range?
Give or take 1,000 odd.
Heading northward.
1,000 odd feet. They're moving northward though.
I believe we need some answers.
If we get back within range, can you continue to find them and track them?
Is it a spell that picks up? I feel like I would know that.
Yeah, if you can get back within range.
Should we move? I can move fast.
You're gonna close 1,000 feet.
I could if I
They're
had a
probably
horse.
not. They're also. And could I tell what speed that they're
We have
moving?
more bounders.
You do not.
Can I tell if it's a fast speed or a slow speed?
It started slow and then it went quicker.
Let's get in the more bounders and then.
It'll take what, 20 minutes to get back to where the more bounders are?
Yeah, because they're still at your house, so you have to backtrack southward to where your house is.
No, they're gone.
We have no idea. They're gone.
We should get questions out of these two.
How much city is to the north? How much city is to the north?
Maybe another eighth of a mile. Like not much. The Coronas doesn't go too far before you reach. So judging the distance and the exit, this figure left your range in the Ghostlands.
They're heading towards the Ghostlands?
What they're in the Ghostlands now, heading north. They've left the city.
Shit.
I'm down to be a runner. If we want to have some people stay here and some people run.
Ford,
The trouble
you and I
is-
could stay and disguise ourselves as the hobgoblin and the
We could.
and the drow,
We could.
just in case.
In case there's another meeting, yeah.
So we lock these two up, put the manacles on one of
There's
them,
no way
tie
to
up the
tell
other.
Tell
The
the soldiers
goblin?
on the trail to the
actually
Ghostlands
disguised
to
yourself, you
catch
say?
somebody.
Yeah, but we might leave them free in case someone needs to come in and see the shop owner unimpeded.
I don't think
Yeah, we're
anyone's
saying we
Might not
stay
be.
here
Yeah.
as the people meeting.
Yeah.
We'll look just like them.
Yeah.
We don't need to be locked
They
up
may
at
already
all.
know.
No.
You,
He was saying lock up the
these
goblin
two,
and
the real ones. What are we doing? with
Yeah,
them?
you're in the room with them saying this.
No.
Yeah.
So Caleb,
I just want to come out of Limia and say that I have nothing to do with
Like
this.
the goblin and the bugbear.
Not the time.
I'm saying make us look like the drow and the hobgoblin.
Okay.
The goblin and the bugbear stay there. They do what they do. We turn in to the drow and the hobgoblin and act like we are the people that the blonde guy is meeting if he shows up.
Sure, but will these two cooperate?
Yeah, of course they will.
I run a
Otherwise,
legitimate business. I run a business.
What is it that you?
Did we check the
I knew what you
upstairs?
meant.
No, let's go do it.
Yeah.
Look at the. We should just take a look around. What? Your friend there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Ben.
Hey Ben. What is it that you do?
Keep the boss safe.
Okay.
We don't get involved in business we're not supposed to, and that looked a little more than I can handle.
So can you explain to me what was just going on? Maybe of like what was this meeting? Do you know what this, or is this kind of like a community room?
This happens every now and then. It's not con.
I was like,
Some folks want a private place to meet, and so they drop me some coin and I give them the upstairs.
That's kind of what I thought.
We're wasting time.
Have you seen these people before?
Only like once before, a few months back.
Did they have a human with them?
No,
Just them, no other people?
same trio.
She's not fast. Are you fast?
Not like that.
Not like I am, but it's either that or I go alone. I don't mind going
I
alone.
just scarfed my cat on Beauregard.
You're also beat to heck right now.
I'm pretty low hit.
You're both.
I'm fast.
You want to come with me?
Sure.
Wait, well, how do you know you're
I don't know.
Take
where
a
we're
few
gonna
more
go.
minutes. I'm gonna run a quick prayer of healing. Well, no, if you're running immediately, I'm just gonna do a.
35 feet of movement.
I'm gonna do a.
I can dash.
Remember, they were moving, and then they moved faster. So they're either
Then you go
flying or horse or whatever. I don't know if you're gonna catch up to that. But.
Go for it.
On the way out, I'm gonna burn my. Should I burn my spells? Is it time to burn spells?
Yes.
We're desperate now.
I don't have any way to find them as I get there, though.
Yeah, without
it's
you.
your locate creature that I would need. Fuck.
Does anyone want to check upstairs?
I could
Yes.
send them a
Yeah,
message
let's
and tell
go.
them to turn around. And
You do know the
Roll
figure.
back.
You could send a message, describe
could.
whatever you want to do. Like you've seen the figure, so you know them.
I'm gonna take a few minutes to run a prayer of healing on a bunch of people. So
Thank you.
I'm gonna cast it at level 3 just to give everyone a little bit of a boost. I'm gonna just continue to talk to the bugbear and see what's up with them. That's let's see, what is this?
I'm just being honest, I know nothing. I'm just here to keep the boss safe.
Yeah, but you keep an eye out invisibly from the corner. I think you need to tell us everything you have seen or heard these people discuss.
Well, I haven't heard them discuss anything. They come in here and drop coin and then talk upstairs. I just make sure they
17
don't
points
come
of
after
healing
the
to
boss.
anyone who needs it.
So good.
So you're a bit of protection here for your boss?
Yeah, must.
Does a good job when people try and rough me up, or take out some coin.
I'm gonna cast send
Surprises them from the corner. You know what I mean?
on the drow that's riding away.
You're gonna send out a message?
I'm gonna cast sending.
All right.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Yeah. Let's go roll the upstairs.
I'm gonna also. We're just gonna take a look around. We'll be back in a minute. Just keep cool and just be cool.
All right, mister.
Cool, man.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to cast sending.
All right.
And all I'm going to say is, eyes are on you. You've left the rendezvous. What happened to the mission?
Check something real fast.
Ooh.
Power play.
Whoa.
Power play.
Power fucking play.
Move.
Come on.
Responds, I know you, but I appreciate your attempt at deception. If you are intent on following, come north. Bring her. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Oh, damn.
We'll pick up there next week.
Hey, magic sword, guys.
Orphan Micah. What happened there, Orphan Micah? Orphan Micah.
Holy shit.
Way to
Oh,
way to bring the
What does that mean?
BVE.
That could have gone sideways quite a few
It
ways.
did go sideways.
That went so
sideways.
fucking sideways.
But they always go sideways a little bit, no matter what you
That
do.
was
That's
a
the
lot.
nature of the game.
I fucked us.
A lot sideways.
That
To be
went into
fair,
the
you were
fourth
dodging
dimension.
some
It went
crazy
so
shit for a while there.
If I just shut up, we would have. I don't know. It would have been okay.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
There's a series of things. We would have closed on
There's
the
a
building.
series of things that went wrong.
Yeah,
We all make bad choices.
it's true. But that's D&D, man. That's how it
We
happens.
teleport inside a dragon or press the
Exactly.
release acid button.
I didn't
It
know
happens.
who was who. I couldn't hear anything. My perception sucks. I panicked. I thought someone important was getting away.
It's okay, man. It's
Remember
all
how
right.
much easier this was when we had like magical earrings that made us let us talk to each other?
Yeah, we need to get those earrings.
I mean, it's kind of it is so campaign one though, isn't it?
It really
Yeah, stepping on OG territory.
Clusterfuck is so much more fun.
Up the difficulty without them. I kind of like it.
Oh yeah, I kind of like the clusterfuck.
Me too. All right. Well, thank you guys much for watching. You'll see some of us throughout the weekend on D&D Live as part of their Descent stream. And of course, spread the word. Let's see if we can do our best to help out Red Nose Day. They're amazing people. And see how we can guide this eventual story for Stephen Colbert next week. Super excited. Don't forget, guys, we love you very much. And is it Thursday yet?
No.
Good night.
No.